obviously know that they are.
Agreed.
We obviously know
Oh
that we obviously know that those are.
Steven, if I send it to you, can you like white-splain it to him? Because he's
No, wait, stop. Can you just wait, stop. Can you
I'm not even going to qualify that.
Stop.
Still the vast majority.
Women like you who are coming in here defending black men. You mean by women like me? You're gonna fucking call me a goddamn mammy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that is true. Okay, hold on. That is true. Anna, you did kind of call her mammy. That is true.
I called her mammy after she assumed that some fucking nigga broke my fucking heart and I'm a single fucking mom. Bitch, kill yourself. You don't know my
Trey, I want to ask you, how do you feel about white women?
No, you don't answer that question, please. I'm asking you as a friend. Okay.
That's a crap.
Stop. Hold on. Anna, what did you want to talk about? You're muted.
No, I know, because you guys are having a conversation.
Yeah, well, that's what we do here, is we butt in on other people's conversations. That's how it goes here in the DGG-verse.
No, I respectfully, I think that never mind. I don't know who you were talking to. Someone earlier, and I had a question for her.
Yep, they're probably in here. So, what's the question?
It was me.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your name?
I'm Erin, but my @ is like straighterade.
Okay, hi, Erin. So the reason that I wanted to come on, because you guys were talking about that conversation.
Yes, we talked about your conversation.
Right. So, and I think it's interesting, Stephen. It's everything that you've been saying to me with respect. Well, anything in relation to the things that I was saying. Yeah, I know that seems narcissistic, but whatever. I find it to be very interesting. I'll get to that later. But with respect to Erin, I think that when she was asking, when you guys were talking about I guess it was my marital status, and I guess how relevant that is to the discussion at hand. So this is my position, and again, yes, there's a dichotomy, there's a schism, we have to acknowledge that there are differences, but I think that the reason that I do tend to be ambiguous with respect to my marital status and this and that, and I heard you call me a single mother earlier. We can talk about that later.
Wait, hold on. I didn't call you that. I just said I thought some people were saying it, and you might be, and that wouldn't surprise me. But I don't know I have no idea what your status is. I don't know.
Right, but so and that's kind of the point. The point is when you're having these conversations, especially with black men. No, stop.
Hold on. Everybody.
You're already laughing.
No. Hold on.
Dude,
Everybody.
no,
wait,
Steven, you don't realize that when you laugh, it is like so patronizing.
Okay. I'm just saying that everybody has private emotional experiences that like will influence how they view things. Not just black men, white women.
Okay, but that's the case.
Indian. Yeah, go ahead.
I understand that. That's fine. I understand
that.
Okay,
gotcha. All right.
That's life.
Okay.
But at what point how do you quantify that? So if a black woman is a single mother, does that change the fact that black men are socioeconomically at the bottom? Like how much does that, like how do you quantify how a person feels based on their experience and an objective, statistical, social, or political reality?
Because the problem that people have with you isn't your objective or socio-political analysis. The problem...
No, I'm not talking... No, I don't care. No, I don't care about how people feel. I don't care about how you feel. And men are great. Men are... you guys are perfect. Black men. I'm saying black men.
Just say men.
They're professional. No, I'm saying black men. They are professionals when it comes to weaponizing how you feel. Oh, who hurt you? Oh, you're emotional. Oh, like, no.
Yeah, everybody does this. White men do this too. Sure.
All of those things can be true.
I understand.
But how do you quantify that and objective? Like, I don't... Like,
listen, I totally 1 million... I agree with you. I don't disagree. I'm just saying that that's one form of analysis sometimes people have. A woman might come out and be really rude and upset, and some people might say like, oh, is she on her period, right? The answer might be yes or no, and it might influence like how angry she is, but you still have to contend with the fact of the matter of what she's saying. I agree with you.
Right, but they're not, and that's the problem, and that is
I agree, that would be a problem. If people do that, that is a problem. I understand. It's separate from the argument.
There's absolutely no if. That is the reason that because it seemed like you were kind of questioning, or you and Erin were kind of like, well, is she, isn't she, does it matter? And Erin was, and thankfully Erin was like, well, does it matter? And I think it's interesting, obviously, because she's a woman, so maybe that's the lens with which she's using to approach the conversation.
Sure.
But again, why would that is the reason that especially Black women, and I noticed this in the degenerate Black manosphere, why is it that when we're having these conversations, which require like an extraordinary amount of intellectual bandwidth, which has nothing to do with the person's personal life, marital status, and in some cases their academic background, whatever it is. Why is it so important that a woman be like that her marital status be clear? And
because people want to use it because people want to use it to discredit you. I understand this. Okay.
Right. No, I understand that, but I'm saying to everybody in the I'm talking to Black men. I don't encounter this, and I guess that this is my.
You talk a lot to Black men.
Yeah.
Why would I talk to white men?
Well, you're talking to a white man.
Based.
No, but I'm not saying it in that way, right? No, but I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it like that because I'm just my point of reference is the conversations that I was having with the Black men before, right? Mm-hmm. The first thing that they asked me was, "Oh, well, are you married, or are you bitter, or who hurt you?" Like, let's say that all of their cultural or stereotypical tropes or whatever. Let's say it was all true. Okay, but are you still at the bottom? Like, are you still failures as men?
Yeah, I understand it shouldn't matter. I agree with you. I understand and I agree with you. It shouldn't matter.
Right, but it doesn't matter. And that's why I don't answer questions. And that's why I don't relegate conversations. It's so reductive to relegate a conversation to, oh, I'm married and this is my marital status and this is how much money I make and this is my academic career or none of that doesn't matter. Are you at the bottom?
Gotcha. Okay, I understand. Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Okay. I think we all understand.
Well, that's why you came on here. I thought you were going to talk about the fact that I don't like that you spread the absent Black father myth.
What? The myth?
I spread a myth? What?
Wait, the absent Black father myth?
Yes. Me? Yes, that is what I just said. What? Yes.
Oh, you think that's a myth?
I know it's a myth, I promise you.
How do you know?
Because this concept has been a pet argument for right-wingers and a lot of other, even non-right-wingers, for a long time, and they never want to concede that there's factors. But they never want to concede that there's factors outside of Black men's control that lead to these problems.
Stop. Let him finish. Can you guys please let each other finish your sentences? Go ahead.
No, it's like, do you guys know who Larry Elder is?
Yeah.
Okay, he's a very popular Black conservative figure, and he's argued before that like Black fatherlessness is like the number one problem facing Black Americans today. Annalicia, do you or wait, is it Annalicia? Annalicia, do you agree with that? Annalicia, yes. Do you agree with Larry Elder in that respect?
I would agree, yes.
Okay, why?
Why do I agree that fatherlessness is the catalyst, or not the catalyst, but at least a huge contributing...
Not just the catalyst, like you just agreed to it being the number one problem facing Black men and like perpetuating problems within the Black community specifically.
Yes, actually, yes.
Okay, but I like really quick, if you want to like characterize your argument or like say why you believe that is before because I'm about to start attacking it because it is a myth.
So fatherlessness in the Black community has chronically, I would say even while they were I would say okay, once they stepped off the plantation, it has chronically been an issue. And psychologically speaking, we know what some of the ramifications or some of the psychological outcomes of children who are, I guess, who are children who have been affected by fatherlessness or absenteeism. So yeah, all of these things have been tracked. It's a problem. It creates a psychological deficit in a child. It creates an economic deficit in the home and the
economic one is the biggest, I think.
Right. Oh, you're asking me to quantify it in terms of which, like.
No. I just wanted to make sure, like that is your position because I was going to argue against it. I don't want to mischaracterize your argument.
No, I know, but are you asking me if fatherlessness is the number one, like to quantify?
Well, I asked you, and you agreed.
Okay, so we're talking about every single variable that is contributing negatively, or that you want me to quantify it, like the first thing, the most important.
No. I don't need you to quantify it. I was just asking you to rank them. And I asked, do you agree with Larry Elder when he says that Black fatherlessness is the number one like problem for Black families and Black men specifically today? And you said yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. And so now
Okay.
you're asking me why, right?
Sure,
Yeah,
if you want to expand upon that really quick.
Right. So there's the economic deficit. There is the social deficit, the psychological, socio-emotional deficit. There is there's the legal aspect, because we know that it's correlated with juvenile delinquency and criminality. So yeah, all of these things I think are still to this day contributing to the plight in the Black community.
I don't disagree that those are all issues within the Black community. I think the problem that I'm taking is that you're trying to explain it away and pin it all on Black men, and you're kind of using them as the scapegoat to understand these issues within the Black community, and they're absolutely not. That has absenteeism and Black fathers being absent for their children is definitely not like the root cause of all of the problems within the Black community that you just outlined.
So
it's
what's
like
the root cause?
Well, I'm just here to debunk that particular stereotype.
Anna, do you think that there are other causes?
I know there are other causes.
But she said that's the number one cause, Lav. That's why I think it's a problem.
I mean, who's to say who even the number one?
No.
Well, that's what she said. That's specifically what she said.
Wait a minute. What is the number one cause?
You just said Black fatherlessness was.
No, I'm asking
so
you.
what do you think?
You're telling me that it's not. What is?
I just wanted to debunk that myth.
No.
I think, Erin, if you're debunking that, I think you have to provide like an alternate.
Right, yeah. Now
I haven't even gotten a chance to debunk it because all I've made is the assertion that it's not true. I haven't actually even gotten a chance to tell you why I think it's. No, I'm not.
It's not a contrarian. Wait,
I haven't.
Hold on. I understand what you're saying. On a purely logic Lord level, you're correct. But like, I think that you
and I would agree with her. But she had you have to kind of push forward.
Yeah, you got to give like some other explanation or something. Yeah, I think.
Right.
Well, give me a second, okay? I think this is because Lav is, I would say you're fairly progressive, left leaning, right? Mm-hmm. Annalicia, I don't know. What you said that you're
Annalicia.
I'm so sorry, Annalicia.
Annalicia, Jesus.
Annalicia, there you go.
Yeah.
You identified yourself as like a liberal, right? And you're from Canada?
That's right. Well,
maybe socially conservative.
Sort of.
We can disaggregate these things economically and socially. You would say that maybe you're socially conservative?
Okay. Yeah, and then maybe economically conservative. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So like you and Lav were like finding an agreement on like Black father absenteeism, as it were, being if you said it was the number one issue. Lav said it's a huge contributing problem within the Black community, and you two are not necessarily politically aligned. So this is like a stereotype that kind of transcends partisan affiliation, and that it is a stereotype.
Hey, but it's a stereotype. But so. When you say stereotype, what you're implying is that there's no validity, which to me is dismissive. It's quite honestly, I take umbrage. I feel a little bit disrespected being a Black woman in the Black community, and obviously having a vested interest. Who said that?
AJB.
Well, then you can feel free, but I'm talking to a white woman. So, Erin,
wait, hold on.
That's a problem for me.
Okay, wait, 3 things real quick. Okay, hold on. Firstly, wait, real quick. Okay, Erin is not a white woman, number 1. 2, Erin, just say what you're going to say. I don't know why you're logic loading over this point. Just say why you don't think it's a problem. It sounds like you're going to disprove the idea that fatherless homes are an issue in the Black community. So just do that instead of arguing over whether it's the main. I don't know why we're on this point. Just get to the point of like debunking.
Okay, outside of stereotypical like media depictions, this idea of like Black father absenteeism, I think, stems from the erroneous conflation that Annalicia has made multiple times.
Oh
she
my
made
God!
it in the last debate.
Don't say my name anymore, please. Call me Anna.
Anna.
Yeah.
Being unmarried with being absent, because even if you look up CDC statistics, it is true that around I think 70% of Black people who had children, and this is from data from 2018, they were unmarried. And it's also true that Black couples have a higher divorce rate than other races. But as I just said, being unmarried doesn't automatically imply that a Black father is uninvolved in their child's life.
Right, but
there was actually a separate CDC report that found whether they live with the child or not, Black fathers were actually more actively involved in their kids' lives than their counterparts of other races.
Oh my God! Okay, I read those studies, and those studies were specifically pointing to the demographic of men that were involved. So it's not that all Black men who have kids are involved, but the ones who are involved, which to me is not like, you don't get a trophy for that. You're simply doing what you should be doing.
But with respect to men who are not married to the mothers or who are not in the homes, you can't quantify their engagement. You can't quantify their participation, and you can't quantify the outcome that it's having on that child. What we do know is
we can, though, because I just told you that in a separate CDC report they found that whether they lived with their children or not, Black fathers were more actively involved with their kids' lives, and they even compared it to other races.
Wait, hold on, wait, real quick. Hold on, let me just explain. Let me just explain.
4% of Black children will be in a single-parent home.
Stop. So, okay, hold on. That totally missed the point. Okay, hold on. So, Erin.
How did that miss the point?
Because she's saying that they're in a single-parent home, but she's saying that Black people are just because they're not cohabitating doesn't mean they're co-parenting.
So the dad just like okay.
Yes. Okay. So, Erin, I think what you have to show is when you keep bringing up that second number, you keep saying that like Black fathers who are involved in their child's lives are more involved than fathers of other races, which might be true. But Anna is making the argument that there is a deficit of Black fathers that are involved, period. I think even Anna's agreed with you that it might be the case that if there are Black fathers involved, they're going to be more involved than other types of fathers. But the problem is there aren't as many Black fathers involved as there should be, or as there are in other races. That's the argument. Does that make sense?
Anna, do you agree with Steven's
that's exactly it. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so again, so like relative to other races, it's still more, but you're saying like overall, it's still not enough.
No, hold on. What your logic is saying, Anna, is it might be the case that there are 1% of Black fathers that are involved in their children's lives long distance, and that 1% are the best dads in the world. But her problem is that number shouldn't be 1%. It should be comparable to other races of like 60, 70, 80%. But because the study you're bringing up is you're saying that when Black fathers are involved, she doesn't care about what happens past the when. She cares about how many Black fathers are involved.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, like another like more data to pull from is like according to I think Pxie Research Center, I think 44% of Black fathers live apart from at least one of their children. And of course, it's much harder to be a constant presence in like a child's life if you don't live with them. I agree with you on that. But as I already mentioned, like Black fathers who don't live with their children have been found to be more present in their kids' lives than parents of other races.
But it's just the ones
is that your argument?
No, you're retreading the same stat. Those are the ones Okay, go ahead.
Let me finish. Okay. And so like 44%, right, is definitely like a significant number. So it warrants discussion about like why this is the case. But it's still less than half. And it's not this like destructive plague in the way that she was talking about.
Question.
So like this epidemic of like
wait a minute. Okay. So it's not this destructive. What did you say? It's not this destructive what?
It's not this like destructive plague for the Black community.
It's not as bad as I'm making it seem. That's what you're saying. But so if it right, okay. So if
because
it's
you
not
were saying
as
that
bad,
was the number one. That was like one of you. I mean, you conceded that like you think it's the number one issue for Black men and Black Americans.
You're not gonna like peg me or you're not gonna like put me into a corner and like
I didn't.
I will. No. I didn't because you're wrong. And again, you haven't bolstered any argument to really disprove what I'm saying either. Fatherlessness is an issue. You're just saying. Actually, no. You said it's a stereotype. Which means, again, you're dismissing the statistical reality, the social, political, and economic realities. So, again, if it was a stereotype, like I'm like, what is your argument? You're saying it's an argument, but you're saying it's a stereotype, but you're also saying that it's happening.
I have a couple questions.
I feel like they should hash out this data point. I think this is important.
I think that this data point is like fine to hash out, but I also have some questions because we know that.
This girl said it's stereotype.
What the hell? What do you think these? So it says that 70% of like Black children are born from unmarried parents.
What is it says?
Okay,
what source?
Just real quick. Erin says that she agrees with that, but that the Black parents are.
No. Okay, let me ask my fucking question, Steven. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, who's talking? I want to make sure I address the appropriate.
I am talking. I'm Lav.
Okay, hi, Lav.
Hi. So what do you think?
Erin's already addressed this data point. Fuck me,
Erin,
dude.
you think these like obviously you're not Black, you don't live in the Black community, you don't like know how Black men treat Black women. I'm like, what do you think these like Black men are doing? We know that they have like huge incarceration rates. We know that there's like super high crime rates. Do you think that these like dads are like taking their kids to school every day?
God.
Even though they don't.
Now we're having the lab racism train.
That's my point. Is because she's saying like this. There's a lack of interest from Black men in particular in their children's life, and I'm telling you
Yeah, I
that
think-
no,
yeah,
that you can only
is true.
extrapolate that from the things that you just said. If you're not accounting for the fact that she was
there has to
conflating
be a
being
level
married,
of anecdotal.
being unmarried with being absent. That's not the same thing.
Sure, but you cannot quantify that in a study. Like, you can't. So you have to trust.
How did the CDC do it?
You have to trust, because of self-reports. You have to trust Anna's experience as a black woman in the black community.
Hey, I'm a black woman. I just wanted to speak a little bit of my piece on this. I do not even I mostly disagree with Anna about
Who's
what
speaking?
Erin said about.
I know that there's Erin, there's Lav. Sorry, I like to
Jay, the person
Jay?
with the bear profile.
Jay.
Yes.
Oh, I know. I'm holding the phone to my ear, so I can't see anybody. Jay. Okay, nice to meet you. Hi.
Hey, nice to meet you too. I did talk about this on the subreddit as well. Of course, not everybody is active on the subreddit, but I was brought in by Forethought, and as Lav said, yes, a lot of it is anecdotal and have to respect the black women who say things about the statistics and the involvement of black men and their families. So I came on to say, as a black woman who born and raised in America, black family, I do want to say, from my exposure to black people, yes, and even my experience in my work, which, just to mention really quickly, I work in psychiatry. I am a physician assistant, so I see children ages 4 and up. So I see all ages of people. So I do have that exposure as well to a sizable portion of black patients. And while it is true that, yes, 70% of black men are not married to the mother of their children, there is a high involvement of the black men in the lives of the children. And yes, as they said, the black men do come and pick up the child and bring them to school and back from school. There is a lot of involvement of the black men in the children's lives. So I just want to say, as you said, Lav.
But you're also like, you're seeing privileged clients because you're like.
I'm not.
Do you think most of the black community takes their children to see psychiatrists?
Hey,
Lav.
Let me speak for one moment. I do not work in a privileged area. I actually work in an underserved area. 80% of the clients I see are on Medicaid. A lot of them cannot afford any kind of medicine, even $10 medications without Medicaid. It is not a privileged population.
Sure. No, I don't think it's not it's not the richest population, but this is still like a privileged niche of like a very underprivileged population. I mean, I grew up in Inglewood around only black people, and none of these people even recognize that their kids had mental illnesses at all. We know that that's like a staple of the black community.
Well, I feel like you were just saying that black women have the authority on this subject, and now you're trying to explain it to her.
I'm not
Are you
saying
serious?
Wait a minute. Well, hold on.
I'm not giving the black experience. I'm saying as a bystander, I've literally watched things that are. Wait, first of all, she's not. I'm not talking about the black experience.
You were though.
You just said that only black women can talk about their anecdotes, and it's all self-reported. So please let me speak. This is not a privileged area in a little niche area. It is a very underserved population. I don't want to dox myself, so I don't want to say exactly where it is, but I do travel actually a very long distance from, I guess, what you would say a more privileged area in a city to work in this underserved area. It is recognized by our government here in the state as an underserved area.
Okay, so all of this to say that these children or the families that you are serving, or I guess the service users, all of that to say that these people have the fathers are fully enmeshed, fully involved in their children's lives, regardless of being married to the moms and being in the home.
Yes.
Okay. So if you could quantify it, well, how would you quantify that?
As in how many black men are involved in the lives of the black patients I see?
Right.
I would say heavy majority. Honestly, even from last week, I can think about the last few months that I've been practicing. It's honestly been a few. Of course, again, it's anecdote, but the past few patients I've seen, the mothers actually weren't involved in the life of the black child, and I think Lav kind of touched on it before, saying that, it's privilege because, if they're able to go to psychiatry and get their children help, then that must mean that there's some kind of privilege there. But a lot of these Black patients don't come in and say, hey, my child is depressed. As we know, there's a big issue with mental health in the Black community.
Right.
But they don't come in and say, hey, my child is anxious, my child is depressed. They don't say that. They come in and say, hey, my child has behavioral problems. My child is driving me nuts. My child is not behaving at home or in school. What can I do? It's not coming in on the point of view of how can I get my child help for being depressed or angry. It's how can I make my child not have an outburst and cause trouble or not perform well in school.
Okay.
So it doesn't come from that point of view of getting them help emotionally.
Okay, so I think to Lav's point, I don't think that she's necessarily, well, she did say it, but maybe what she was inferring is that maybe it's not niche, but we do know that overwhelmingly Black people collectively are underrepresented in mental health, full stop. So there is a privilege, and it has a lot to do with access. It has a lot to do with cultural norms. It has a lot to do with cultural perception. So this is a fact.
Well, yes, that is a fact, but I do want to say that the company I work for is specifically trying to help those underserved people get access to.
That's fine, and and you guys may be championing that, and that's fine. No, it is a privilege. First of all, I don't want I understand that the demographic that you are serving. The service users that you are serving, I understand you may not see, but I am telling you that it is absolutely a privilege to have
not in the way that you're saying that it is.
I'm not contesting that.
Even think that that's an option. It's not a privilege in the way where it's like we're talking about like white privilege, like you have it better off. It's not like oppression Olympics. It's
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's like saying that a domestic abuse victim is privileged by having access to like a shelter.
Well, that's
right. Yeah, exactly.
Wait, sorry, what?
I don't know what you just said. That Black Americans having.
How do you fight
Anna?
Jesus.
Hold on, wait. Let me step in. Hold on, because this is a really dumb point to argue for. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, AGB's argument. AGB, what was your name?
You can call me Jay.
Jay. Okay. What Jay's argument is Jay is saying, hey, I am serving an underserved community. So they are socioeconomically disadvantaged. And the majority of the people that I see have fathers that are active in their children's lives. What Anna is saying in response is that that's great. Even if you're socioeconomically underserved, though, there's still a massive selection bias, and that the types of Black families that would even think to take their children to some sort of like performance counselor or whatever is probably going to select for the best off Black families, even in an underserved community. That's Anna's response.
Yes, in my attempt to contest that is that they come because they feel like they're at the end of their rope and there's no behavioral. They come because they have a behavioral problem with the child. So it's like, I either help this child or this child is going into the foster home. I need to do something to help them.
Yeah, and I think the issue that we're having here is we're relying a lot on personal experiences, but it seems like at some point we have to appeal to, we're looking for data-driven arguments, because what Anna's argument is in response to that is, that's great that that's what you're seeing, that every single family that shows up has a very active Black father. But what Anna's saying is that there's probably like 80% of families that aren't showing up because either the father is absent or the parents don't care at all. And those ones don't care.
My problem is you guys are talking about a small sector of the overall population, and to try to extrapolate the overall experience based on that very minority and very tiny sector, to me is intellectually dishonest. It's socially dishonest. Like it's not indicative and representative of what's actually happening.
I found it. I found absent fathers' involvement from a distance. So it's frequency of visits and frequency of calls and emails. And it says here, among dads not living with their children, less than 1/4, 22% that they visited their children more than once a week. And then it says here, Hispanic fathers living apart from their children are less likely than others to see children monthly or more. Roughly 1/3, 32% do so, compared with 59% of whites and 67% of Blacks.
I think that you guys are just justifying a bar that is extremely low, and still, even as much as you guys want to champion, like Kalukale, this moment, this whatever reality you're trying to create, the bar is set extremely low, and that is why the outcomes are extremely poor, and that is why
that's an entirely separate point than trying to like
it's actually
67% of Black fathers who do not cohabitate see their child less than once a month. This is like that's
Right,
That's
so and that's what I'm
crazy.
saying.
Wait,
so,
I have a question.
No, hold on.
Okay.
The bar is so low, but you guys are sitting up here and saying, "Well, marriage is not the is not the end all be all."
Yeah.
When every
I'm glad I found that stat.
statistical metric and every site, whether it's psychology, sociology, a marriage should be the standard. It should be a baseline. That is the starting point. And the
No,
idea
you
that
haven't
you guys
even
are sitting up here and
Let her
talking
finish.
about-
Let her finish. Let everybody finish their point. Or this is going to turn into a huge shit show. Sorry. Finish.
Wait.
No, I'm done. To me, this conversation's it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
What it seems to me,
I haven't
what it
spoken
seems
for
to
a
me.
while.
One at a time.
Hi. So Anna, I don't really know much about you. I understand like your point and like the frustration you feel. I guess my question to you is just what are you trying when you talk about this? Like, what is your end goal or
Solution?
mission?
Oh, here we
Yeah.
go. Here and again, we can't. There's no solution because we have Erin saying, "Well, you're really misrepresenting the facts, and really, fatherlessness is not that bad, and it's a stereotype."
I never said
No.
fatherlessness
No, you
wasn't
said
bad.
that it was. You
said
said it was a
you said it wasn't
stereotype.
that-
I said
yeah.
there's a lack of evidence that
Wait,
black
I
gender
don't care.
is not.
Wait, chill. Stop.
I'm
No,
having a
we're not
conversation
like-
with people who think fatherlessness in the Black community, which leads to all of the outcomes that we see playing out in real time, is a stereotype. I'd rather kill myself than have that
Okay,
conversation.
wait, hold on, real quick. Okay, let me.
Oh.
I hate that I'm playing.
I never
Wait,
said
wait,
it was
wait,
a
real quick. Okay, so I think.
You did. Who said that they didn't say it was a stereotype? Somebody.
No, stop. Wait, let me just explain. Okay, chill. Okay. This is a problem that I noticed. I didn't say anything when Fanatiq was doing this, okay? But here's an issue, okay? It feels like somebody will say something like, unemployment in Black communities is really high, and someone will come up with a steps and go, well, that's because a lot of Black people are gig workers. But the point is that sucks, right? Now, you can try to massage it in and say, well, a lot of them are doing some gig work. That's not as good as gainful employment. Or like, there's a lot of fatherlessness in the Black community. And then there's somebody's like, well, hold on, for the Black fathers that are present from a distance, those tend to do better. Okay, but that's not like an answer to the question when fatherlessness, period. That's like a really bad starting point, you know? Like, it would almost be like saying I'm going to be hyperbolic, but it's like saying that, like, let's say, for instance, we said Black fathers abuse their children like 90%. And then somebody says, well, hold on. When Black fathers abuse their children, it's not quite as bad as when white people do it if their numbers were 10%. That's like the type of answers that it feels like you're giving, and it feels like a massive cope is the issue. Yeah. Okay, go.
Let me just clarify that. Like, I just don't like that she says that it's endemic to Black men because that's single parent homes. Period.
Sure,
it's not
sure.
Black men.
My primary
It's not.
issue
I
is
don't
her
think
putting
she's a
culpability on
racist. I don't
men.
think she's saying it's intrinsically Black
Who
men.
said
It's
she
in
was a
their
racist?
DNA.
I never said she was a racist.
No, that's what you imply when you say something like that. That it's just that she thinks it's
I
just
think she's
Black
a
men
racist.
because they're
Okay,
Black.
Jay thinks she's a racist. Jay,
think
go.
she's a racist.
Jay, go.
Do you think I'm racist?
Yes.
Yeah.
You go on.
So, I unfortunately I had to go in and out watching the whole like 6-hour stream of you like battling 4 different Black men. So I didn't get far into the ABBA part, but I did get through the Fanatiq part. And I know at one point you cited a study about. Forgive me, I may have a hazy memory, so you may need to remind me. But you mentioned there was a study that was done that compared Black men. In a family in the same, like in a middle class, had a family, children, took care of them, were in the home, were married, had a job, and compared it to white men of the very similar stats, and said that the study
In some cases,
said
the
that,
Black families were better off, but yeah.
yes, in some cases the Black families were better off, and then it still concluded that Black men were like lacking somehow in drive.
Oh yeah, that they failed. Yeah.
So then I'm asking you, why do you think that is? Do you think that's inherent to the Black man?
Well, what the study said was the study said that there's obviously a problem, and there's obviously a problem that is, in this case, it was exclusive to Black men, whether it be their experience in the world's experience with them, whatever it may be.
And Anna, real quick, when she's asking this, when you say to the Black man, what she's getting at is there like a biological disconnect in Black male brains, like that is like just genetically intrinsic to Black men? That's what the question is.
Yeah, no, I don't. I do not think that.
Okay,
no, I do not
that's
think
what she's
that.
getting at when she asks that.
How could you guys even be that bad faith that you
Stop.
think
It's not bad faith. That is the impression that she gives off. Even I got that impression a little bit.
No, it's not. Then you're fucking
can the Black
stupid.
Let's let the Black woman.
That's what you really thought? You really thought that? Like, are you guys serious?
Can the Black woman talk?
No, they're not serious. They cannot be.
Oh my God.
I'm serious.
Okay, we'll have. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, Anna
so
J,
I'm
go.
racist. We're gonna go with that.
No,
Go
we
ahead.
don't have to go with that. But go. That's what I'm just saying. That's what she was asking. Okay,
No, that's what the fuck you were saying too, Steven. We'll go with that.
Okay, Jay, go. Jay. It's Jay's turn. Go.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Okay, so the reason
Hi,
I came
Abba.
to that conclusion, Anna, was because you said that the study said everything was the same, and even in some places, the black families were doing better than the white families. So you're saying every single thing economically, they're married, they have children, they're active in their lives, but they're still somehow lacking. So what is the conclusion? Like, why do you think that is? Why is that?
The study. I'm going to refer you to the study. The study talks about that. So if you're really interested, you can I sent it to Steven. Steven, why don't you go over it in real time?
Hold on, Anna, just tell us what you think. What is the reason
I'm
why?
asking
What is the reason why?
What is the reason that black men are failing?
Yeah, even in other environments, why are black men failing? Yeah, what's the answer to that?
What the study said, and I agreed with the study. I think the study said something. The study said mentorship is needed in the black community, even with black men who are coming from a nuclear home and higher socioeconomic backgrounds. Black mentorship is needed. Cultural revitalization is needed. There were a whole bunch of variables.
Yeah, but all of these things are needed in white and Hispanic and Asian families. Why is it lacking with black men? That's the question that everybody's getting at. Why is it lacking in black men? What is the reason?
Does anybody know what the culture is in the black community?
Yeah, it's the culture, 100%.
Like, does anybody understand?
Okay, listen.
How would you know that?
Anna, wait, hold on. Stop, chill. Anna, if that's your answer, that's fine. But just say that it's the culture, and then we can have they want to have a conversation about culture next.
But hold on. It's not. I don't want to say it's just the culture. It's the culture. It is the mentality. It is the
patriarchy.
I think historically I think there are some historic implications and variables that can bring us up to today and still very relevant. There's a lot going on.
But you never talk about that. You always just want to put it on black men.
Hold on.
Well, you guys. To be fair, you guys also
just like
think that that's really interesting and try to push her on that.
Hold on.
You guys are
I'm sorry, Lav, 1 second. The point to my study was, it's not that black men are inherently defective. I think that there are definitely some inherent deficiencies that they need to work on, but I don't think that it's biological to them. I don't think that it's not something that they can change. I know that it's something that they can change. My point to the study was, when we have these conversations and it inevitably goes back to, well, black women are doing this and black women are doing that. I love the way that people love to point out and say, well, those are the choices that she's making. Oh, well, that's what it's black women, you chose to lay down with him. But when it's black men, then there are all these socioeconomic impediments. There are all these historical contexts that we must take into consideration because they simply cannot transcend. So with black women, it's an individualistic problem. With black women, it's on you. With black men, it's the system. It's whitey. It's that's my problem, and that is why I referred that study.
Okay, so you just went down a whole tangent that I never even said or even assumed.
I don't care.
Going back to the initial
part. It happen a lot.
Okay, you don't care, but okay. Anyway, so you said that there's there's upbringing, there's a mentality, all of those things factor into it, even if they're on the same or even higher economic status than white people. Okay. So then my question is, do you think across America, no matter the city, no matter the region, no matter the education, that it's just the same mentality for black people just across the country?
It's the same what mentality?
Mentality, culture, black culture is the same no matter where you are, no matter your economic status, what city you're in America. You just think it's just one same black culture across the country?
No, I wouldn't say that it is exactly. I don't think it's like a secular thing. No, I don't think they all adhere to and subscribe to the same culture. But I do believe that the culture plays a huge role, and I do actually think that I think that there are. I think it's mostly. I would say mostly. Yes, I believe that mostly it is universal. Yes.
Okay. Can somebody DM me the study you're referencing?
Steven, please.
Oh,
I know I'm a racist and everything, and you. I guess you don't like
you
racist, but I'm asking.
True.
Okay,
right.
I never said you were racist. I just said
I think it's really strange for you guys to call her racist.
The
I
Lab, do you think black people can't be racist?
Of course, I think black people can be racist. I don't think she's
No, but if your argument, hold on,
racist.
one second. If your argument is predicated on whether or not I believe that whatever issues black men are facing or deficiencies they may have are rooted biologically, and I'm telling you I don't believe that it is, if that is what your argument is predicated on, then am I racist? Am I not racist?
Okay, wait, Anna, real quick.
It's biological.
Yeah, Anna, real quick, okay? Hold on, listen. And this is, maybe it's my communities that I come from, so it's a bit different, okay? But oftentimes, I'm not saying you're racist, don't get triggered, okay? I'm not saying you are, but oftentimes when I'm arguing with people, usually the arguments about black crime will go something like this. Black people commit crime across all cities in the United States. Black people also commit crime when they immigrate to other countries in Europe, and black people commit crime in Africa. What's the common factor? It's their blackness. Ergo, it is some genetic thing that's intrinsic to black people. When you make arguments, I understand, I know you didn't say that, but when you say things like black men, even in together families, black men all over the United States, black men do this, even, and then you cited that study where black fathers, even in completed households, still were underperforming other households. It made it sound like, or people took the impression that you thought it was intrinsic to black men. That's why we're asking clarifying questions. That's why I'm giving you the opportunity to say, okay, what do you think the problem is? If it's not biology, do you think it's culture, whatever? That was the whole point of that line of questioning, because a lot of people came away thinking like, holy shit, she must think that black men, like biologically, intrinsically, genetically, like are deficient.
Inferior, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I didn't take it that way. I think that you said it in your. I think your frustration is that you know that you're capable of more, and that black men are capable of more. I don't know. She wouldn't be bringing all this shit up with the fervor that she does if she actually thought that they weren't capable of more.
No, they could no, because her prescriptions.
And this is no. Hold on, I'm not finished. I think that I'm obviously well versed in intersectional black feminism, and I think that there's a big problem.
God.
I think that there's a big problem in black communities, obviously, with crime. And I think that there's this huge surge on like accountability, like who's going to take accountability for this? And a lot of black men, and it feels very big and heavy because of the patriarchy, is trying to.
You guys thought that you were going to hate Anna after this conversation?
Black women are like, okay, we're outperforming you educationally.
Lab's got the aggro drawing tank item.
How the fuck is this our fault? And so I think that that's what Anna's is her basis is like, where's the accountability? Who takes it? This is the one thing that we can point to that feels like real and like tangible, is like being fatherless, right? These like black children in homes without fathers, like, and we can do better. And why aren't we doing better? What can we do from here? And you guys are saying that she's racist? Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I'm a black woman and she's racist.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of black people that came away thinking it's all racist.
Sure.
How about
Abba, another black person. What's up?
Yes. Thankfully, Erin's not interrupting me right now, so I can finish it.
Okay, go for it.
Thankfully.
What I was gonna say is that I think what you're seeing online, and probably what Anna, you can agree with me afterwards, seen online, is that there's been a lot of blaming of black women for a lot of the issues within the black community.
Yeah.
And so basically the perspective she's coming from is like, hey, you guys are fucking up too, so why is it all on us? And maybe she's going to the other extreme where she's like almost coming across as if it's all black men's fault. But I think where she's really kind of come from, and I think where she probably stands, is that they're not taking accountability for the things that they've contributed to make things worse. Is that fair?
That's very fair.
Okay. All right. So I think, there's times, Anna, where you speak hyperbolically, or when you're saying stuff like abort black babies, it sounds crazy. And so you have to understand that your messaging gets lost.
But Abba, respectfully,
I understand.
Hold on, but that's never actually been my position. That's never been my,
okay,
I don't want you. No. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want you to try to, when I talk about someone that I'm familiar with or that I'm friends with, and I'm telling you from her perspective, based on her talking points, based on her research, and based on what she's trying to do. I understand how polarizing it would be to say, hey, abort black boys, whatever it is. But I'm trying to help you understand sort of what that means, because what she's actually doing is she's simply turning the fact that black men are saying to black women, well, the reason you're a single mother is because you had the baby. Why did you have the baby? Why didn't you take the plan B? Why did you do this? So she's simply turning it on it. And that sometimes will happen with really intelligent people. They take something that you're saying, historically that you've been saying, and they turn it on its head. They say, okay, we won't birth you anymore. Okay, you don't want to be responsible. It's my fault. Let me take responsibility. We will not birth you into existence. How about that? And as hyperbolic and polarizing as it may be, she's trying to help this demographic of black men understand that it's probably more advantageous for you to just be responsible men and to take care of your children, rather than say to the women, you're in this, the black community is in the position that it's in because you're birthing the black men rather than the black men not taking responsibility for the children, the community, and the women.
I think you very much like me, you're solution oriented, correct?
Everyone should watch the video I linked.
Hold up. You much like me, are very much solution oriented, correct?
As a person or in this conversation right now?
In general, I think you want to find solutions to these issues, correct?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Do you think that her rhetoric and the way of going about things is effective in getting her point across to people on the opposite aisle or to anyone else watching?
Well, I think that if you're going to...
I'm asking you if it's effective. That's what I'm asking. Do you think it's an effective
I know,
one?
but Abba, you can't pigeon, like, I'm not going to answer the question the way you want me to answer the question, because it's not that simple. None of this is that simple. So I'm going to answer it the way I'm going to answer it. I think what she's trying to do ultimately, she wants black women to raise their standards. Ultimately, she wants black women to change their dating and mating strategies. And abortion is a very small, tiny part of that. If she can say, hey, don't have sex with them anymore, but she's meeting black women where they are. And how likely is it that black women are simply going to stop having sex with black men when everything that we know, sociologically speaking and psychologically speaking, says people are going to mate and date the people that look most like them, and people date in proximity to those who are like in the same position and communities as them. She's meeting black women where they are, and she's saying, hey, if you're going to sleep with a bandit, if you're going to sleep with someone who's not going to be accountable or whatever the case is, and this is a potential outcome, you need to exercise some of the options rather than continuing to birth these children into existence and then perpetuate a problem that you're going to be blamed for anyways.
Okay, I want you to understand what I'm saying. I don't necessarily.
I understand what you're saying, and my position.
But I think it's important. I think it's important.
She wants black women to raise their standards, Abba. She wants them to change their mating.
But that has not. Hold up. Stop.
You're isolating one line. You're isolating a talking.
I'm not. I need you to understand.
I can't relegate her.
No.
I can't relegate everything that she represents to that.
You can't. I understand that, but when
but it can't be. If you,
all right, Annalicia, I need you to bring it down a couple notches. I'm not even disagreeing with that aggressively. So when you're screaming at me, all right, we're not getting anywhere with it. You got to be able to hear me. Well, I understand what you're saying.
By the way.
Oh my God, me too.
Okay. All right. So what I'm trying to get at when I'm saying this stuff is if you count yourself as someone who's being solution oriented and you're trying to bridge the gap between black men and black women, when you have this kind of rhetoric where you're saying stuff such as we should abort black babies or we should abort black male babies specifically, and then also the rest of your channel is hypercritical of men mostly in general in the same way that like a lot of red pill channels are hypercritical of women, I think it's very difficult to make the argument that you're bridging the gap when most of your content sounds and is extremely polarizing in nature. Now, I understand the circumstances that bred that rhetoric. It doesn't change the fact that the rhetoric is ineffective. So when you tell me I'm solution oriented and at the same time I'm going to use rhetoric that's extremely polarizing and only likely to appeal to one side of the aisle, I do not understand how you can both say you're for that and also bridging the gap. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you want me to tell you how?
Okay. Yes, I want you to tell me how this kind of rhetoric is going to bridge the gap between black men and black women. Go ahead.
From my position, I don't want to. And as a matter of fact, Stephen, I'm going to get Cynthia to come on this channel. Is that okay? That she can have a conversation with you?
Yeah, sure thing. Sure. Yep. Right. Okay, I'd love it. But hold on. Wait. Anna.
Particularly Erin.
Wait. Hold on. Whoa. Wait. Chill. Anna. Hold on. So Abba, very specifically, okay.
No, I'm going to answer his question. I haven't forgotten it, but I'm asking because I'm not going to speak for Cynthia.
That's fine. He's just asking you to.
Right. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to answer his question, but I'm also asking whether or not it's okay that she come on this platform specifically, have a conversation with Abba, have a conversation with you, have a conversation with Erin and the other black.
Yeah. Whatever she wants to do. Yeah.
The other black lady.
Okay.
She can say that she's black.
The way that I think that some of my rhetoric, and I'm going to be honest. Part of who I am as a person is just I am a bit gratuitous. That's just how I am. If I'm comfortable,
stop. Let her.
If I'm comfortable, if I'm around people, like really, I don't know you people. I'll never meet you people. I don't really give a fuck. If I think something, I'm going to say it. If I feel something, I'm going to express or emote it. That's just the way that it is. So part of my content is honestly just me sort of being, okay, you know what? This is a little bit, it is a little bit entertaining because I'm a little bit entertaining. It is a little bit polarizing because I am a little bit polarizing. That's a separate issue. What the gap that I'm trying to bridge is for Black women to understand that the okie doke that Black men have been trying to pull on you, it simply, you can't allow it to work anymore. And part of that is raising your standards, raising your expectations, changing the way that you see the Black community, or changing the way that you see dating and mating, because truly, for Black women specifically, being with Black men has been detrimental to Black women. So my position is, okay, if we know this now, and if the studies have bared this out, and if we have the historical context and blah, 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 then maybe we need to change the way and change the people that we're dating, and change the way that we see dating, change the way that we see marriage, because marriage used to be, you know, the sort of the foundation of all communities and civilization. It's not that way in the Black community, and it hasn't been that way in the Black community.
Can I pose just one quick question? Couldn't you literally do all of this and toss out all of the bad baggage by just saying Black women need to choose better partners, instead of saying they need to choose non-Black partners?
Oh no!
Right,
Stop,
but hold
stop.
on,
You're
wait a
doing-
minute.
Stop! You're doing the Steve Harvey thing. You're
Please stop, Lav. Shut the fuck
Right.
up. Anna,
No, you
go.
are.
No, you
know
are.
what you know, and that's why I kept saying when I was having that conversation, I said, you guys are making the choose better argument when you're not taking into account probability. If you
Anna, I
have-
understand. Anna, just real quick before you go on this, because you said earlier, descriptively, that it is true that people are going to choose partners within their own race. That it's
right.
And for us to say Black women just stop having sex, that would be stupid. And we all realize that. But isn't it equally stupid to say Black women stop hooking up with Black men? Like, they're still probably going to choose Black men because they're Black women, because people tend to, you know, have sex within their own race. Wouldn't it be better to say choose better partners?
Right, but that's what so I'm not, you guys think that I'm not doing that?
No, you're not. You're saying choose non-Black partners.
I hear you perfectly.
That's not good.
And
that hurts your argument.
No, it doesn't. Stop. No, I do not.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Lav. 1 second, Lav. Hold on. So you, again, you're men. You're not women. So the way that I would prescribe or describe anything, the way that you interpret it and the way that you ruminate about it is going to be fundamentally different. So I can't speak to how it's going to make men feel. I don't give a fuck how it makes.
No,
Black
but like
men
here,
feel.
this
You're trying to wake
it's
women
not a
up
matter
because what do you?
It's not a matter of how it makes men feel. But what I'm saying is that, like,
no, it is. You guys are talking about how I'm coming across and how it makes me feel. How it makes me
yes.
feel.
But also, but like,
important.
here's what I'm saying. I could just as easily do a whole speech on fuck Black women, because once you're pregnant, you have 100% control on whether or not you bring that child into that world, more than the man does at that point. It is 100% the woman's choice in a world where abortion is as easily accessible for free sometimes as it is in the United States for a Black woman to get an abortion. But she doesn't. If I were to do content exclusively shitting on Black women because they chose not to get abortions, you would probably have a problem with that. You'd say, well, hold on. You can't saddle it all on Black women. It's not fair to do that. Your rhetoric is poor. You're making them feel like shit, even though that's technically true, right? Wouldn't you, like...
But Stephen, newsflash, that's what they're already doing.
No, they're clearly not.
And hold on, wait a minute.
Do you know who Kevin Samuels is? Do you know who Fresh and Fiddler?
Wait a minute. That is what they're already doing. And what you fail to realize, the cause and effect relationship between the Black women in the space and the Black men in the space, the women are simply responding to the idiocy. That's what they're doing. They're responding to, oh, we're not having enough abortions, don't have their children. You don't understand cause and effect? That is what they're doing.
Okay, so
about the way that they're doing it?
Yes, Destiny. She is right. She is correct that the other side is doing it, which is why I said that this is the opposite end of that spectrum.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant.
Their response to an extreme is to engage in their own form of extreme. And if they want to do that, that's their choice. What I just reject is the idea that her and people like Cynthia G as well are trying to bridge the gap between these two groups, or they're trying to bridge the gap between Black men and Black women while also holding rhetoric that is antithetical to that idea. And that's what you heard right here. She says, I don't get, hold on, no, I'm going to finish. All right. She said, I don't give a fuck what men think. I don't care how they feel about it. I'm going to say what I say because it's for black women, which is fine. You could do that. The same way these red pill dudes
Fresh and fit,
say whatever they want to say to these black men. And I just want you to recognize the ways in which you are just the mirror of the other side.
Yeah, and you're contributing to the hostilities on both ends. Yeah.
I also acknowledge that it is a response to the other side. And so that's the main thing. Go ahead.
Right. So, Abba, the problem that I have with the whole, okay, well, you're doing what they're doing. So if my interests sort of I guess in this particular zeitgeist, if my interests rely on black women and the choices that they make, and it's, my thing is black women specifically have a very low sense of self and very low self-worth and self-esteem. Yep. That is a problem, and that is contributing to the choices that they're making. Even educated women, even educated black women, even affluent black women. So for me, my interests lie in black women and what they're doing to contribute to this problem, what they're doing to sort of perpetuate the problem. Because I do acknowledge, if anybody knows anything about me, and whether, if you don't, slap yourself, I don't care. But if you know anything about me, you know that I talk about specifically what black women are doing to contribute to the problem. Cynthia does the exact same thing. So it's not that I'm saying to the black community, or I'm saying to black women, you're innocent in all of this. I want them to acknowledge what they're doing so that they can fucking stop doing it. They're doing something that's negatively contributing. They absolutely are. They're doing things that are perpetuating things. It's not their intention. It is not their intention. It's maladaption. It's socialization. It's culture. There are a lot of variables that are contributing to why they're contributing negatively to society and culture and everything like that. But I want them to understand that they are, so that they can stop doing it.
Anna, do you think if women changed or chose better or whatever, that would have ripple effects towards like black men as well, or no? I'm curious about your thought on that.
If what? She just said that she's trying to encourage black women to do better.
Yeah, no. But I'm asking if she thinks that's going to affect black men in a positive way. Or do you not care about the black men, like, at all? Like, zero.
It's not her responsibility. She's looking at.
I'm not asking her responsibility. I'm asking what she thinks the effect of her rhetoric is. Oh my God, let her speak.
Okay, so what I think my rhetoric is doing, first of all, we have to be honest about what's actually happening in real time. Does anybody know what group of men are dating out at the highest clip? Does anybody know?
It is black men.
Black men, yeah.
Okay, right. So this is already happening. So if they don't have a vested interest in the community, what you think I'm going to put the community on my back for black men? If they don't want to preserve their race because they fucking hate themselves, you think I'm going to sit here and put black men on my fucking back? Who? Well, I look like they're mammy to you?
True. I mean, if they want to get with these snow bunnies, fuck them.
And what we do know about biracial people, statistically speaking, is that they're more likely to marry white. That's just a reality. And then in 2 generations, what do you have? More white people. So who's really engaging in white supremacy? Who really hates themselves in the black community? Is it the people who are creating more white people, or the people who are trying to recreate themselves and still uphold and maintain a semblance of community?
Steven,
so do you think black women?
Steven, I did the debate prep for you for this. Remember when I did that Umar impression for you for an hour? These are the exact arguments I gave you.
Yeah.
You remember that discussion we had?
Yeah. What about it?
But you think that I'm racist?
No,
I didn't say you're racist.
I think she's.
No, I'm asking you right now. Do you think that I am racist? Do you think that other groups of men or women are somehow biologically?
Yeah, Abba.
I'm curious to know.
I am too, Abba. Answer the question.
It doesn't have to be biological.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Unreal.
All right.
You guys are misunderstanding like a really sensitive
I'm not misunderstanding.
Literally nobody in here is misunderstanding.
I think that you're not empathizing.
Literally no, they're literally black. They're black. Lav, we're white. They're black. I think they're empathizing.
I'm not talking to Abba. Abba did a perfect job of empathizing, and he understands more than you. Steve,
no, we all understand. You're the one that doesn't. You have no clue how rhetoric or compassion or empathy works. You're the least empathetic person in this call. That's why the 2 other black people in the call are thinking that she's kind of racist.
All right. I need the white people. I need the white people in this
Okay.
conversation to calm it down. Okay, this is black
Hold
issues,
on.
and the fact that you guys are the most emotional about this is just evidence of white privilege taking up all the emotional space.
Abba, if you act sarcastic one more time, you're getting kicked out of the call. Okay?
No. I'm actually not. I'm
this
being
is obviously-
semi-sarcastic.
Oh my God.
No,
You're a guest in my
Okay.
white space. Okay, so you need to.
Oh my
Let
God.
AJ,
Abba,
AJ,
let me
no,
ask you a
AJB,
follow-up
no. AJB's been trying to speak since earlier, so sister, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me just ask you.
No.
Oh
She
my
hasn't had a
God.
chance to speak. Let her speak. Go ahead, AJ.
Okay, I just wanted to say super quick, like, okay, so Lav, I understand you're very well versed in Black feminism. That's fantastic, but I feel kind of like when you say that I'm not empathizing with Anna, you know, it's not even just it is empathy. Again, I'm a Black woman.
To you, I was talking to Pxie and Erin.
Let him finish. Let
I
him
have
finish.
asked one question without judgment.
Let
Like,
Jay
that
finish
is-
real quick. Let's just let Jay finish, and then you guys can go.
There was judgment in it, but whatever.
Okay, let AJ finish. Go ahead, AJ.
Okay, so if you were speaking to me in particular, then I mean, my argument kind of falls. But I just want to say, like, I feel like in a lot of parts, you just kind of like speak over me when you just said, even before I got on, that, you know, it's all anecdote from Black women, so you should really let Black women speak. But then you're not kind of doing that.
It's not that I won't let you speak. It's just that
We're gonna be real. I'm the one not letting anybody
counteracted
speak.
You
Respectfully.
counteracted-
I think that you guys have brought on or talked to Anna like she's wrong. Her experience
I
is
do think she's
correct,
wrong.
and
I
it's
do
the
think she's
experience
wrong.
of a lot of Black women. And this is a defensive response.
Defensive responses. Okay, hold on. Here, let's. Okay, wait.
So here's.
Wait a minute.
Let Lav finish. Let Lav finish.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
so
go ahead,
Even
Queen.
if you don't recognize everything that she's saying as like the prescription, what she's trying to do ultimately is wake up Black women to start looking at their situations, which is a net positive. Sure, she's not doing it extremely gracefully in the way that you guys think that she should, but that's also not your fucking call.
Okay, the problem though is that
All right,
wait. Hold on. I have to speak for Mike.
Steven.
Thank you
Thank you,
for
Abba.
permission. Thank you, brother Abba. Thank you. Okay, the issue is that the reason why the empathy is important here is because, especially in a community like mine, that's going to be overrepresented for probably relatively educated older people that are trying decently in life. Probably not a lot of many viewers from the hood on my stream. Just to guess is you have a lot of Black men in my community that are trying very hard, that come from good families, that are doing
How do you
everything
know
they
that?
can. How do
Wait,
I know
let
that?
him
Wait,
finish.
hold. Yeah, let me finish. Because statistically speaking, that's probably going to be the case. Okay, there's going to be a lot of
So you
people.
know it because it may be the case.
Hold up.
No,
Hold
I
on,
know
hold
it
on.
because
If you guys don't let
statistically,
each other
yeah.
finish-
Let me finish.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Statistically
I'm sorry.
speaking, it's going to be the case. If for no other reason, because I got like 20 emails from Black people that are telling me the same thing: that I had strong families, we were in the military, that I had strong families, lived in the suburbs, that I personally have experience in my personal life with strong Black families that are trying their best to do right by their family and do right by their community, and that it feels really shitty when it feels like you have a country that's against them, and then it feels even more shitty when somebody in their own community is stepping out and saying these Black men aren't shit when these guys already. Let me finish. Hey, whoa, hey, let me finish. Yes, let me finish. Hey, let me fucking finish. Jesus Christ,
Oh my God.
chill. Hold on. I'm translating and helping you as much as I can, okay? But I have to speak on behalf of the people in my community, okay? That if we're going to be speaking on a public platform about these issues, if you want to rant with your girlfriends about how like Black men ain't shit and this is all these problems, blah, 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 that's totally fine, 100%. I think you're fine to do that. I encourage you to do that. You should. But if you're going to talk to a wider community of people, you have to take into account all of the good Black men that are being caught in this very wide net you're casting when you are talking shit about all of them and their lack of commitment to the Black community.
Okay.
All right,
So,
Annalise, go ahead.
no. Hold on. Steven, first of all, I love it. I love it. And this is your maleness. This is the maleness
Oh
coming out.
my
And I love it.
God.
So this
The maleness is
your-
about to come out, but go ahead.
Right. Okay. So this is what I like about these conversations, because all of a sudden it's like empathy needs to be. Everybody needs to be empathic, and But again, you need to you need to understand the dichotomy. If you want to talk about empathy and where it's lacking historically, even to this day, then you need to you really need to talk to Black men. You really need to talk to Black men, and you need to tell them to access their empathy.
No.
And hold on, wait a minute. Let me finish. You want to talk about 20 Black families who have been doing well, and they're doing the best that you can. And it's never been my position that Black families are not trying. It's never been my position that Black families don't exist. It's never been my position that there are no good Black men. Abba is a good black man in my estimation. I don't know him. I don't know him like, obviously I'm not familiar with him personally, but I know that good black men simply do exist. What I also know is not enough of them simply exist. And that is the problem. If you want to talk about, I really want to preach empathy, then maybe we should let's have some historical context. Let's think about what black men historically have done to fight for black women and black children and the black community. Does anybody know when black men have petitioned the Supreme Court?
That's not relevant. I'm not here to make people answer.
It is relevant.
It's not. It's not. That's what you're talking about is racism. I'm not here to make modern day black men be held accountable for the crimes of some of their fathers. That's not what I do here. That's not what I'm interested in. If you want to have an academic conversation about the history and the plight of the black community, that's fine. But you can't hold modern day black people that are trying their hardest accountable for the sins of their fathers. That's not fair to them.
Then you cannot talk about the way that slavery is impacting black men's position and their inability to acquire degrees and masters and PhDs.
I can talk about the institution of slavery without
you cannot.
Stop. I can talk about the institution of slavery, but I'm not going to hold accountable a white man or white men. I could talk about the institutions, but I'm not going to talk about the people. Me saying today all white people are slave owners is the equivalent of you saying all black men ain't shit because of the sins of their fathers. That's not fair.
I heard that from her ever.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Okay, hold on. Let's bring the energy down. We can talk civilly.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Hi.
Go ahead, Gwen.
Okay.
My bad.
Because I want y'all to hear each other.
The other day, you said that it's not fair, that basically some of the expectations that black women have of black men is simply not fair because of, all of the transatlantic slave trade.
I didn't say that, but go ahead.
Context. No, you fucking did.
I didn't.
Really?
No. What I said was that there might be reasons why the black community has extra special problems facing it. I didn't say it's an excuse. I agree with you. Don't deal with bullshit.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
So then there may be reasons that black women simply cannot afford to be empathic towards black men. Okay. Maybe there's a reason. And maybe it's rooted historically in the fact that black men have not advocated on behalf of black women. You know what the first thing, and I want you to think about this because I know that people are going to say, you talked about, 20 black families that they email you and they tell you they're doing your best. Okay, well, do you know what a black man petitioned the Supreme Court for 16 years after, I believe it was 16 years after the emancipation of slavery. Do you know what he advocated for?
Tell me.
To the Supreme Court.
Tell me.
Does anybody know?
Let me hear it. Just say it.
Oh, it's Pace v. Alabama. He advocated to be with a white woman.
Okay, listen. I don't care.
Wait, no. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
That's
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Let her finish. Get
you may not care. You may not care. But again, that does. And again, you don't acknowledge this dichotomy. It fucking cripples you, and it's a problem. You don't acknowledge that the things that black men have done politically, socially, and culturally have been detrimental not only to themselves but to black women.
Anna, the problem.
And the idea that you can bring up these the 20 families that you know and some of these good black men. I'm talking about historic. It's not like there was really a time where maybe black men were. No, I'm telling you, I know my history.
Okay. Here's the wait real quick. Can I real quick?
Go ahead.
Yes. Okay.
Go ahead, Steven.
The issue that you have with progressives is that they make all these excuses for why black men can't overcome, for why they need to wait for the white man to give them welfare, et cetera, et cetera. And I agree that those are dog shit excuses because it makes it seem like black men have no agency, and that's bullshit. But you're doing the exact same thing on the other side by saying that, did you know what happened 16 years after the emancipation? I don't know how many black people know what happened 6 years after, but I don't know how much that's driving their decisions today. You make the problem sound just as intractable. Let me finish! Excuse me! Whoa! Excuse me! Hey, hold on! Let me finish. You're making the problem.
Anna, you gotta let him finish.
Hold on,
No, Anna, because I fought for you when they interrupted you, so I want you to do the same to Destiny. Please, just hear him out, and then you can rebut him. I promise.
I'm just saying that you make the problem sound just as intractable when you keep appealing to history, saying black men used to do this, so in the future we can't rely on them for anything. That's not a good motivator to change behavior and to drive us forward. You're just saying that because they acted in a certain way, and not even the ones today, or not even all of them, but because some acted in a certain way in the past, they're going to act in a certain way in the future. It makes the problems unsolvable.
Right.
Go
I'm not here
ahead.
to solve like the. All right, hold on. Okay.
It's okay. Take a breather.
So again, I love it. I love it. You do, and I don't know if it's just. I think it is because I'm having this conversation with a white man. I really do think that.
Kill me, crush my balls. Yes.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The idea that you can say that a black man who just got off the fucking plantation and petitioned the Supreme Court, not for rights, not for black women to be treated not for their children, not for any sort of economic advancement or push, but he petitioned to marry and have access to white women. And the fact that you can look at today how that does matter, because black men are creating biracial children at the highest fucking clip, that they're also leaving, by the way, at the highest fucking clip, and the idea that they're marrying and dating out more than anybody else. So to me, maybe there's something to be said about that. Maybe
do you have a problem with black men dating white women?
Hold on.
Absolutely.
Maybe historically speaking, Maybe historically speaking,
I'm dating a white woman.
There is something to be said.
Okay. All right.
Why would you say do you have a problem with it's not that she has
we're not going to get sidebar because
AJ's
been waiting. AJ's been waiting.
Black women are not being taken care of, and they're slipping through the cracks in a way that no other woman is.
No. Because no. You guys have taken. Let AJ go ahead. I try to give everybody equal time.
Somebody asked me the question.
Okay, so AJ, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't have anything to say, but
let me say something.
Okay.
Let me say one more thing. So when people ask me, "Oh, do I have a problem with
interracial dating?"
Right. Okay. So for me, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem to the extent that it advances the black community forward in a positive way, and those things are tangible, and you can measure those things and quantify them in some way. I don't care about who the fuck you date, but the issue with black men, and again, this is where whiteness really fucking becomes a problem in these conversations.
Jesus.
Because the problem that I'm having is black men dating white women. There are political, social, and psychological implications that, of course, everybody wants to say, love is love and kumbaya, but you simply can't ignore them. And I'm gonna tell you why. So when people say, oh, why do you have a problem with interracial dating? Do you have a problem with biracial people? I'm gonna say no, but I'm also going to say that white people that have historically had a vested interest to preserve their whiteness. Can we all agree? Can we all agree that whiteness, historically speaking, and today is coveted, and that it's a members-only fucking club? I can't come out here and be like, hey, I'm white, because I have a portion of whiteness in me. Can we agree?
I would agree with you. I would agree with you that in terms of the whole love is love thing is probably inaccurate. That I think most marriages, just the same way, like as a black man, I can't just exist in this world without it being somewhat political. I think that marriage in itself, who you choose to marry, is also a bit of a political statement, even if people want to see that. I do agree with you in that sense. I don't know about the whole people still trying to protect their whiteness nearly as much today, but I do think that's been true in the past. So yes, I'll concede that.
The example that I'm going to give to you, because I had to do a paper on this. It was very interesting in school. The way that biracial people and sort of like the biracial, their what is it called? I guess their identity crisis. Some of it lies in the fact that mostly, for the most part, and there's psychological studies, sociology, just do your homework. But there's a reason that biracial people can't identify as white, even though they are white. A biracial person can't simply be biracial and then be, oh no, I'm white. But she can be black. He can be black. Black people can say, oh no, yeah, you're black. White people look at biracial people and say, yeah, you're black too. But when it comes to saying, hey, I'm biracial and I'm white, no, you're not. You're black. You're black. And there's a reason for that. And the reason for that, and it absolutely does have to do with politics. It absolutely does have to do with socioeconomics. It absolutely does have to do with society, is because whiteness, it must be preserved.
Okay. So does anybody want to rebut her or disagree with her statement? I think it was
the preservation
Erin.
Of whiteness. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, you want to...
I was going to say, I don't think that's relevant to anything we're talking about, but yeah, go ahead.
I just want to move forward because I understand where you're coming from. I'm just curious about what you think the proposed solutions are in general, or what you think.
No, because somebody asked her what her issue is with interracial dating, and she just raised that. So whoever asked that question can now rebut her if she wants.
It was me. I was asking if she had a problem with black men dating white women, and to me, anything other than a no. You said no, but and then like 10 minutes of a fan fiction is like, yeah, you do have a problem with this.
Wait, which part? Hold on. Okay. Instead of the, why do you think it's a fan fiction?
Wait, hold on, because I don't think this is entertaining. I'm going to do this for 2 seconds, and then we can move on. And if somebody disagrees, okay, the problem is not necessarily people that are dating outside of or having children outside of their race. The issue is going to be if there's a proclivity for one set of like people to do it more than anybody else. If everybody was like interracial dating and everybody was interracial marriage, it would be whatever. But the problem is that when the vast majority of people interracial date, but you see an extra proclivity for black men to date outside of the race, it's probably indicative of another type of problem going on. That's the issue. I don't think it's that anybody cares about like the love of different races, blah, blah, blah. It's when it only happens with a certain group of people that people think there's a problem. And it's probably fair to say that that might be a problem. I think that's okay to say that.
Okay, cool. So now that we've at least been able to have that conversation, Erin, you're the one who called it a fan fiction. Why do you think it's fan fiction, what she said?
Well, it's a fan fiction because I think she was overstating the extent to which like the Supreme Court decision even impacts or is at the front of any Black American's mind. She was like, where were you when the 1676 Supreme Court decision was made?
I said, does anybody know?
Can you not interrupt me, please?
Yeah, let her finish.
I'll probably keep interrupting you.
No. Anna, we can't do that, right? I'll let you go off. Let her go off. Go ahead.
You let her relax.
Just...
So you were saying that the Supreme Court decision is so impactful or whatever, and you like even just the way that you brought up the Supreme Court decision is like with all of this hostility, like you even resent the black man within that case for even doing that. But like I don't understand why it's a problem.
I don't know. First of all, see, you don't understand me, and you don't have a burden to understand me. So I don't really give a fuck what you understand.
Why do you think
understand. I don't? Oh, wait, stop! Don't cut me off. Remember. So my problem is not with Pace v. Alabama. It's not with that individual black man. It's with the reason that he advocated for that above all else, rather than something that was probably more vested in his own interest as a black man in a time, mind you, where you had sundown town and anti-miscegenation laws. It doesn't really make to me. It wouldn't make sense. And to me, that speaks to a bigger and larger psychological problem.
Explain to me how a black man wanting to be with a white woman is in conflict or contradiction with advocating for black people. I don't understand.
Oh, okay. I can actually help her make that case. I'm hard.
I don't need help. I mean,
but I actually like making it because this is my time to do the Dr. Umar. So this is my favorite.
You shine.
Okay. Yes, queen. Let's get it. Okay. So one of the many reasons why they say that interracial dating doesn't advocate for black folks is that because marriage is a political institution according to this ideology. Essentially what's happening is that once you marry out and then your offsprings are also more likely to either marry with other interracial people or other white folks, what ends up happening is you create offshoot of people who will probably no longer be black or be less black with time, and then also identify less with black oriented politics. And so when it comes to income, when it comes to things that are passed down from generation, because most wealth is generationally built, because these people are having interracial marriages, the theory goes that if they continue to do so, basically that wealth leaves the black community.
I get you.
It's actually true for people who are rich. We call these people snow bunny lovers. Basically, these folks end up
they play in the snow.
Yes, at a much higher rate, they end up interracial marriage, and so.
Right, but can I add to that? Because everything that you're saying is true, but there's also a psychological and
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
There are other implications because and these things have been historically they've been documented over time. The foundation of the research has been done. You just kind of have to open a book these days. And in terms of who's done it, it hasn't always been white men. But there have been white men who sort of have taken notice to the phenomenon of black men and their lust for white women as sort of in a really maladaptive way to acquire power and social status, because again, white women in this society, they do represent a level of social status. So if it might be a fair argument in the mind of a black man, hey, well, if I have a black woman, maybe I'm like almost a white man, or maybe I'm like white men because I can get white women. But psychologically speaking, there is an element of self-hate that you simply cannot ignore, because I think that everybody can agree, evolutionarily speaking, that wanting to procreate with people who look like you, wanting to replicate and recreate people who look like you, is probably normal globally speaking. Can we agree?
No, we can't.
No,
we
that
can't
is stop. That is absolutely true. And if anybody disagrees, just leave. That is obviously true. People tend to marry and breed or have kids or whatever within their own racial groups. That is like ubiquitous.
Oh no. That's not, I'm not disagreeing with that, but there's multiple studies talking about how if you want to have a child that is genetically better suited when it comes to fighting diseases.
Wait, no one cares. No, wait. We're not talking about
we're
not talking about inbreeding, and we're not talking about making the most immunologically efficient children. We're just talking about the trends in the world is that people tend to, just like for criminal, this is why victimization studies work for crime. People tend to commit crime within their own groups of people. People tend to socialize with their own groups of people, and people tend to marry within their own groups of people. That's just like a fact of the world.
But again, Destiny, it's only natural in the sense that it is the natural consequence of the societies and world that we live in.
Yes, it is the natural consequence of all the societies of the history of the world. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Then if that's what you were saying, then yes, we agree with that. But no. Hold on. The way that you talk about interracial relationships, it really does not seem like there is any way a black man could have a relationship with any non-black person that you wouldn't start to characterize him as effectively a race traitor. Am I wrong?
I mean, you're asking me if I think all black men who date interracially are turncoats, basically?
Yeah, because that's the way that's the animosity that you speak about these people.
Oh my God, stop, shut the hell up with animosity. Like, it's not animus. I'm trying to give you guys the facts. W.E.B. Du Bois did the same thing. Marcus Garvey did the same thing. James Baldwin did the same thing. Richard Wright did the same thing. Langston Hughes did the same thing. Like, this has been documented. This has been researched. Like, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not true.
Erin, why don't you care about what's happening to black women? That's a big
all right.
Thanks, love. I'll tell you all about that.
No, because you're really going to back the black men, but you don't give a fuck about, like...
I mean, listen, some people...
Is that why?
You refuse to answer me.
Wait. Actually, I'm going to defend Erin. Erin's
a snowball.
No. I got to defend her because Annalicia.
Okay, hold on. Wait, also real quick. Abba can go. Hold on. New rule. No calling people snow buddies in here, okay? That's weird. Stop. Chill. Calm down.
Hold on. Abba, I want to ask you one question.
No, because you said something that was interesting. You said to her, are you dating a black man? I just want to appreciate the fact that you didn't like your marital status and your dating history being brought against you in regards to discounting your statements. But then in regards to where she stand, you brought up the fact that she may be dating a black man as a result of what? I just want you to recognize that you were using the same tactics that you didn't like used against you.
You know why it's not the same? Because I could be married to a white man, and I'll still talk about black men. It's not the same. How is that the same? Someone said that she doesn't, that she takes umbrage, or maybe she has some animus or some bias towards black women. I think it's a fair question to ask whether or not she's married to a black man or not. Because what the fuck is your interest?
Wait, no, stop,
I agree with what Erin is saying, and I'm a black woman, Anna. Why do you keep?
Yeah, that's not fair.
Say, because you're a white woman, because you're a white man. Like, you keep doing that.
Yeah. I just want you to engage in these conversations in a charitable manner when people are not necessarily being completely uncharitable to you. That's all.
You think that Erin has been charitable to me? Or are
she
you
just
I think
disagrees.
it's the problem is that, like, in the West. Hold on, wait. Real quick. Here's the two perspectives, just real quick, because we don't have to fight over this. Okay, the problem is that in the West, okay, some of us are like have a hyper liberal view of the world, and I don't know why Erin is a communist, but it's taking a very liberal view here. We tend to view people as individuals. Okay, you have the freedom, the autonomy to choose your own things, your own destiny, your own love, your own marriages, or whatever. That's the perspective she's coming from. When people stand in opposition to that, it can feel like it's coming from a place of animosity, like I'm not allowed to have a relationship without somebody or with somebody that's not like the same race as me. Like that sounds kind of racist. It sounds kind of white supremacist, black supremacist. That's the perspective that Erin is bringing, which I understand and empathize with. The perspective that Anna is bringing is that, like, okay, sure, on an individual level, not every black person that has a relationship with a white woman is a race traitor. But when we see this happening with the black community in a way that it's not happening with any other communities, and then you see all these negative knock-on effects in the black community, maybe there's an issue that's worth talking about here. That's what Anna's saying on a collective or group level.
It is, but she's not interested in exploring those issues or the solution. She just wants to demonize black men.
There is an issue with talking about, and again, it's been talked about in the black community. And I understand that it hasn't been talked about in the white community. Why would it? But I understand that in the black community, these issues have been, we've discussed them, we've critically analyzed them historically, and everything's been documented. There's even data. Like, so this is not like there's a problem. It's a problem.
Well, okay, yeah, but to be fair, hold on, just real quick. It's not like just real quick. The black community doesn't agree on what they should do. It's not, you can't present it as like, oh, we've decided that, like.
No. We don't have a universal. We don't have any universal what's the word? Solutions. Yeah, I agree. But when it comes to interracially dating historically, it's always sort of been black men, and whereas black women have always sort of been race loyal. They've always sort of been.
And then real quick, just a quick question. What is that Supreme Court case you brought up? Was that Loving versus Virginia?
No, that happened way later.
Loving versus Virginia was able to happen because of Pace v. Alabama because of, there was another one, it was in 19...
Okay, I believe you. Okay, gotcha.
Hold on. It was Perez v. Sharp in 1948. You had there was another one just before Loving versus Virginia. I believe it was McLaughlin versus Florida. It was 1964. So and those cases they were overturned. So again, there is a precedence. There is something to be said, and there is an issue.
Oh boy.
All I wanted to know.
This is what we. Thank you, Tree. Where do you side on this? Have you listened to this?
No, I just came into the Discord and I just got messages from everybody and I'm so behind. So.
Okay, Tree. Just as a quick, just a general question.
I will say this.
Yeah.
I did get the link to your channel about a young lady named Annalicia.
No.
Annalicia.
Annalicia.
Sorry, I apologize.
One word.
I mean no disrespect.
No, I'm not. It's. I've lived with this my whole life. I'm just saying. I'm Annalicia.
Annalicia, and I heard what you said yesterday, and oh boy, was I impressed with the Fanatiq, because he ran away from a debate from me, but he handled that really well. But that I digress. What's the point today? What's the objection?
We were just curious, as another strong Black woman in the community, we're just curious what your perspective was on these things.
Oh God, I cannot believe I'm going to say this because I have some issues with him, but I do agree with Fanatiq, although he ran away from a debate from me like a bitch, but I'll hold that for another time.
True.
Is that you cannot hold just solely Black men responsible. And let me tell you why. Who makes the babies? Who decide who enter into our womb?
And here's the abortion.
No, you have to let her finish. You have to. You have to.
Saying.
No. You have to let her finish. You have to let her finish. She just joined. Let her speak. Go ahead.
Okay. I am the goddess. I control what's in between my legs, and the only way a man can get in, unless I give it to him or he takes it, i.e. rape. Therefore, when I voluntarily open my legs to a dumbass bitch, N-word, whatever you want to say, right? Then I should basically take that consequence. All right. So therefore, if I hold myself at a certain level, I would only realize that only privileged men at a certain caliber, men at a certain level, men who are I'm equally yoked, will be able to lay with me, because I just don't give it to anybody. But anyway, women have to take responsibility that if we are going to create a strong community, we have to start with children, and we have to start by selecting good fathers. I'm finished.
Okay, so thank you for that, goddess. And and here comes the abortion argument, because it's true. We are having the babies. We are the womb holders. So that sort of leans into, okay, well now you can justify a Cynthia G. I think it's interesting, especially for Black women. I think it's interesting that on the one hand, we say 70% of Black households are ran and led by women, or that they are fatherless, or that they're unwed mothers. But then we can also say, choose better, women. It's all about who you're choosing. By probability, if 70% of Black men are just not doing what they're supposed to be doing, is the pool to choose from? Is that how great is the pool that Black women have to choose from? If we're thinking about probability and numbers, and I also think that for women or anybody to come up here and say, hey, well, you laid with him, you are completely negating and dismissing the fact that it doesn't matter if the baby is born or not. A man has a responsibility to his community, to his self, and to his child to take care of the child. I don't get the minute that you say, I'm a goddess, I'm a queen, and I don't lay with these Pookies and Ray Rays. Well, then that's why Pookies and Ray Rays can continue to exist, because you don't hold their feet to the fire, and you don't tell them, I don't give a if you're Pookie.
Wait, hold on. I have hold on.
Ray
You're
Ray, go get a
stacking.
job, Ray Ray. Go get a degree, Ray Ray.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I need.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I need to respond to, because you're stacking. Now, first, my first question is, who is Pookie and Ray Ray?
Again. No, Abba, the fact that you're laughing, Erin.
It's a crazy sentence. It's a crazy sentence.
Abba, no, I'm now I'm done with you, Abba. But here's the thing.
I thought I was one of the good ones. Oh, my bad.
Well, here's the problem. Black women are f***ing Pxie and Ray Ray, and Pxie and Ray Ray are f***ing black women. Why the fuck is it? Why the hell is it only a woman?
Why are you yelling?
I'm tired of this.
I'm not the one you're mad at. Wait.
Okay, hold on. Let's bring it all down.
I'm not the one you're mad at.
Okay.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at your f***ing talking points. You are taking any responsibility and accountability away from f***ing men. How is that possible? How in a system?
I am not.
No. Hold on. How the fuck does he get to shirk his responsibility and his accountability because he's a piece of shit? How?
Okay.
What are you demanding of society if that is what you think and feel?
Let me know when I can talk. Let me know when believe me, sweetie, I'm the one who does a lot of yelling and cursing and I get really fired up. But if I'm the man in this relationship, this discussion right now, there's something wrong because I'm calm, I'm cool, and I'm actually talking to you at a very respectful tone.
Yeah,
even if you say something, hold on, and I'm not interrupting you, either because you know why I'm not interrupting you? Well, if you're immature and you're unhinged and you don't have any talking points,
yes,
you do these techniques well.
Okay, go on. Go on.
You're not an angry
no,
black
I didn't say angry black woman
right now.
I didn't say angry black woman.
Yes, right.
I didn't say angry black woman.
To be clear, tree of logic is an angry black woman true. So you guys are on the same level. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. I am, and Stephen has experienced that. So, but my thing is, I'm trying to come in here with an understanding here, and I still didn't get if you got really angry when I asked you a question that still hasn't been answered. Who's f***ing Pxie and Ray Ray? That is a sincere question. Even though Abba laughed and everybody else laughed, I'm not laughing because I do want to answer to that question. Who's f***ing Pxie and Ray Ray? Please answer that question.
Okay, so let's define Pxie and Ray Ray. You define it for me. Who's Pxie and Ray Ray in the black community?
You tell me it doesn't matter who they are.
No,
I just want to know.
You said these black women are.
This is deflection.
So I want to know.
This is deflection.
No. What I'm asking for to build the framework is I want the archetype. I want to know who is Pxie and Ray Ray so that
whatever you want it to be.
No, it's not.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Hold on. Let me find the middle ground. I think what Annalicia's trying to say is like Pxie and Ray Ray are not these like all-time ghetto dudes. Pxie and Ray Ray can look like a lot of different men.
Pxie and Ray Ray is Kevin Samuels. Pxie and Ray Ray
exactly. I got you.
Pxie and Ray Ray is Hafiz. Pxie and Ray Ray is. You think that like if black men they think that they can put their knee pads on for white society and tap dance and they're not Pxie and Ray Ray? No, you can still be a turncoat in a suit.
True, and I'm just to clear, I'm not Pxie and Ray Ray. Tree. Okay. So what do you respond to that?
Okay, so you want to say that Pxie and Ray Ray is a Kevin Sam? It doesn't matter how you label Pxie and Ray Ray. My argument is still going to be the same.
Your argument then I'm not answering your question because it's reductive.
Why are you interrupting me? When I'm just in the middle of making my point.
I'm not answering your question. If we can't define who Pxie and Ray Ray is, if you're going to be intellectually dishonest,
did you not agree that Pxie and Ray Ray is Kevin Samuels? Do you disagree with that?
Yes, you're right. But so it went over your head.
Wait. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Stop. Can we identify who is Pxie and Ray Ray, just so we all know? I don't know why we're arguing about this for 5 minutes. Just define it.
Tree, go ahead. Because I think the Pxie Ray Ray in the hood is generally just meant for people who are ghetto.
Hold on. My position is I don't care who you name Pxie and Ray Ray. I want you guys to give me the definition because guess what? My answer is still going to be the same. So give me Pxie and Ray Ray. I want her to give it, and she's deflecting by putting it on me, and I'm saying it doesn't match. Hold on. Let me finish because she mentioned Pxie and Ray Ray first.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so let me answer the question. Okay, so Pxie and Ray Ray now, you're saying that it doesn't matter who we define Pxie and Ray Ray as because it's going to be that you're going to say the same shit. Oh, shocker. So let's define Pxie and Ray Ray. Pxie and Ray Ray are also going to school. They're also getting educated. Pxie and Ray Ray are also coming from good socioeconomic standings or backgrounds or households. The idea is that Pxie and Ray Ray, and I'm gonna say it to you like this. If really and truly the problem was black women and who they're choosing, then why is it that white women, Asian women, and Hispanic women of all social classes, of all economic backgrounds, get the same black man? They get Pxie. He could be an athlete, he could be a lawyer, he could be a doctor. But why do they end up single mothers? Why do they get the same black man? Why do they get Pxie and Ray Ray if this problem is exclusive to black women and their decision making? Poor as you guys want to think that it is. When in reality, black men can go to Ling Ling, Maria, and Becky, and she's
Just chill a little bit. Jesus Christ.
She said Pxie Ray, she can say Ling Ling, so carry on.
Yeah.
Just
See, so you're generalizing. Are you generalizing all, or are you generalizing a percentage of black men? I need to know the percentage. Which percentage of these black men are doing what you just described?
What is it, 70%?
Yeah, 70%.
70%? Okay.
Right.
70. Okay.
So we're talking about
70%
interracial
followers.
dating.
Okay. So getting back to, thank you for answering my question about who's Pxie and Ray Ray. It's still on the woman to decide who she can. She still had. Hold on. Let me. Can you not be triggered and let me finish? Okay.
I can't not be triggered.
Sister, hold on. Sister, you mean to tell me you mean a guy? Hold on.
Let her finish.
I reject the fact that you are downing black women to say that we're so unhinged, goddamn sexually over-sexualized savages. We will fuck anybody that got a goddamn dick. We will. First of all, the first thing we would do is we would vet men. I don't know if you're a goddamn. Maybe you just.
How do you vet men? How do you vet them?
You talk to them. You spend time with them.
Right. Okay. What else? Go on.
That's it. You talk to them. You ask the right questions, and first of all,
think that 70% of black men are not marrying these women and not in their children's lives because these women met. They're all the result of one night stands. You think that these black women didn't talk to them?
I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing about one night stand. I did not say one night stand.
Right? Can we say that? So can we say that method of vetting is not really sound?
Vetting does work. Vetting does work. Vetting does work.
Can I ask a question?
Vetting does work.
Let's let these two figure it out. Go ahead.
You just want the
Hold on. Vetting does work. Hold on. Let me. Yes.
So I wonder, because I feel like Anna's saying the same thing, just in like a different way. I feel like Anna's saying that she wants to like wake up, black women to like look at their lives and like want more for themselves. And I think that you are also doing that. So
what she's doing is, so my message is black women.
No, I'm not doing that. It's wrong.
Hold on.
No, what I'm saying.
I'm talking to Lav.
Go ahead.
So Lav. I'm saying black women need to raise their expectations, raise their standards, raise their self-esteem and sense of self-worth. And what these women are, and these women and these black men, what do you think they're saying, Lav?
They're saying that the standards are too high. I've seen all the Kevin Samuels of the world and whatever.
Okay, so here's the problem, Lav. Here's the problem. So when you have two cultural ideologies and social ideologies that are so diametrically opposed, and one is so remedial that they simply cannot understand that they are reinforcing the idea that women should continue to be with these alleged Pxies and Ray Rays. How, like on a scale of 1 to fucking radio, how remedial do you have to be?
Whoa. We're not gonna call nobody retarded in here.
Whoa, she said remedial.
Nobody saw radio.
But Tree, I think you said the same thing. Like, you will not lay with me unless like you appreciate me, unless you're gonna be like the right man. And I think
but black
also what Anna's
I don't know what you get that appreciate from. I don't know.
Don't forget, Lav. Black women.
I never said nothing about appreciate you.
Black women want too much out of men. Black women, they need to settle for the average black man making $40,000 a year, who's gonna root you into
when it's my turn again.
I think we should just
I just want to interject real quick. I think there's a bit of a mischaracterization. When people are saying people need to lower their standards, they're not saying go for people who are morally reprehensible. They're not saying go for people who have no values who are going to instantaneously leave you. What they're saying is that a lot of these women are asking for things financially and in terms of looks that is probably outside of their market value. That's what they're essentially saying. Now you can agree. Hold on. Let me finish. So you can agree or disagree with that, but it doesn't mean that just because people are saying these things that they don't want you to be with half decent men. When they're saying raise your standards, they're not talking. When they're saying lower some of these expectations, which are unreasonable, they're not talking about it on a character level. They're talking about it on levels that things that don't necessarily matter nearly as much, i.e., extremely filthy rich or being the most handsome person. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, you're right. A large segment. Hold on, I want to respond to Abba. Oh, you're right, Abba. A large segment of Black women are looking for millionaires and basketball players. It's a problem. It's pervasive. I agree. But here's the problem that I have, because on the one hand, what Black men have been asking for historically is that, or basically the rest of the world, is that it's okay for other groups of women to be hypergamous because that is what they practice. That is how it's been from the beginning. Black women have never been in a position to practice hypergamy. You know why? Do you know why?
Tell us.
No, I'm sorry. This is not rhetorical. I want to know if anybody knows why Black women have historically have never had the privilege and have not been allowed to. And if they ever engaged in it, they are disparaged and disrespected and told that they want too much. Can somebody tell me why?
My guess,
it was because they were lowest on the totem pole in like attractiveness.
Yeah, my guess is going to be hypergamous women are going after high value men, and high value men aren't going after Black women. Is probably the answer, right?
Yes.
Right. Oh, so, but I'm saying even historically, historically, Black women have never been in a position. So the idea that Black women are asking for too much, when historically speaking, Black women have never been in a position to ask for too much. Black women have always been the ones, they've always been the men. They've been the men. What do you mean? In the Black community, Black women are white men in the Black community historically. What are you talking about? What do you mean that they want too much? They're asking for too much.
I used to hear that Black men are the white people of Black people.
No, yeah, Black men are the white women. They're victims, and Black women are white men. Black women, we put the community on our back. Absolutely.
Love to be a
I would like to
we make more money. We go to school. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Tree, go ahead.
Okay. I would like to say what I have to say without being interrupted, because like I said, what I'm just speaking is just pure facts. Okay. All right. So all my life, I have I've never complained about a man, and I never complained about Black men, because I understand in order to.
Whoa, let her finish. Let her finish.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
She asked not to be interrupted.
Because I understand.
Holy shit.
I understand that they said there's an old saying, the nation cannot hide a community cannot rise no higher than its woman, right? And so when I give birth to a son and a daughter, I know I am raising a future community, a future nation. So it is important for me to make sure that my son turns out to be an asset to society. It's also important for me to make sure that I raise my daughter to be a respectable woman, to basically value her essence, which is between her legs, her body, and to not fall for the sexualization that's around.
Oh my God, true.
One last thing, though. Hold on, one last thing. And so I got to go back to the Pookies and Ray Rays. And the reason why I never complained, and I've been on the internet for many years. You can't find one video where I'm complaining about an ex, because I have been taught by my dad how to choose good men, because I watched my father interact, and he's married twice with my mom, my biological mom, and then he took custody of me at the age of 11. So watching him and also having him telling me, I've learned to transfer that into my life, and then that's when I realized, okay, it is me, because if I bring forth life, I'm responsible for the what happens with that child and how it grow up. I don't disagree with putting blame on men, but it's not more on men. And get ready, this is my last sentence, and I know you're going to get real angry when I say this, but since I bring forth life, since I choose what penis come inside of me and procreate with, majority of it is my responsibility.
Okay, so that's fine, Goddess. So again, I love it. I love it when we relegate conversations to personal, anecdotal experience, and this is the life that I lived. That's dynamite. but again, 70%, right? So if we know that 70% of these men are not in there telling their young daughters, their black daughters, what to do, how to vet, what type of men they should be with, do you not think that it is unrealistic to expect them to know how to fucking vet if they don't have your experience? Do you think that your experience is the rule or the exception to it?
That's actually a good question. Yeah.
If women are the matriarchy of the black community, which is true,
women are the
right?
matriarchy because of a failed patriarchy. Women are only a matriarchy.
It doesn't matter. Is what I said was a lie? Was I said a lie?
No, that matters.
Are black women the matriarchy or not? Are black women the matriarchy or not? Are black women are the matriarchy or not?
No, I'm not going to answer
yes or no? Yes or no?
I'm not going to answer your question.
Because you know I'm about to fucking slam your ass, right?
No,
the thing about it is black women are the matriarchy of the black community. Yes or no? And you goddamn being unhinged is not going to take away that goddamn fact. Black women are the matriarchy. No, whoever's asking this question, shut the fuck up. This is between me and this chick here, okay? Hold on. Black women are the matriarchy. Black women are the matriarchy of the black community. So since they are the matriarchy of the black community, they're in charge. So the answer to your question is, how come people are not learning? Because black women like your bitch ass self is not teaching them. You too busy. It's the black man's fault. It's the black man's fault.
Okay, chill. Hold on, let's chill. Wait. Everybody chill. Wait. Hold on, real quick, because there's a good conversation that can happen here if we allow it. Okay, Anna.
No, I'm done with her. Steven.
Chill. Wait. Chill. Treat. You guys are. Stop. Listen. Anna. Wait. Real quick. Anna. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Real quick. Anna. Tree doesn't disagree with you. Okay. Tree's.
I don't give a fuck about her.
Okay.
I'm asking you, why is there a matriarchy in the black community?
You don't give a fuck about black women.
She doesn't want black women.
Yeah, like Tree might agree that like it might be matriarchy because men have failed, but that doesn't matter. The reality is this is where we are now, and now you have to act in the.
Wait a minute. If it doesn't matter that black women have been superimposed into the position of matriarchs and leaders and builders, then black men will never have to be responsible for what the fuck they do.
Never black women's fault, according to her. It's never black women's fault. It's always black.
Hold on.
Holy shit.
Because this is a 1v9. Actually, it's a 2v9, whatever. I'm actually curious. On Anna's behalf, she did raise a point where you said you learned a lot of your lessons from having your father being present. If a lot of black women don't have that same experience and they don't learn the same lessons the way you did, can you also expect them to learn the same conclusions that you did?
No, but however, not exactly how I learned it. However, the same women who don't have men in their lives can always go to the church. They can always go to a gazillion of nonprofit or organizations. Oh my God, Abba, I did not know your voice changed. How? What? Did you take an estrogen or something? God damn, I didn't know that.
I'm getting in touch with my inner divine. Go ahead, Queen.
Oh, okay. All right. So as I was saying, Abba, a lot of women, there's so many help, there's so many men, and I know them. There are a lot of black men who would love to be a mentor to these young black to these young black boys and girls, with also women. But the thing about it is that sometimes, not all the time, because I'm not going to do the big brush of all. Sometimes black women want to say what's in it for them. If it's nothing in it for them, and I'm not saying all, I said some. I know some, okay? And so my thing is, if women can just get outside of their ego and just say, you know what, this has nothing to do with me. This has everything to do with my child, and let my child get mentored by someone that's going to raise them. There's a lot of programs, and if you need them, I can give them to you.
Yes, of course. Oh, but hold on. Before Anna. Yes, of course, Anna, but just before you respond, just acknowledge that, like, when she's speaking, you can't interrupt the whole time, okay? So I'm going to make sure no one interrupts you. Go ahead.
So I love this. Now I understand why black men are...
Stop. Wait. We have limited talking time in here, Anna. You can't keep starting answers with like, oh, I love this. This is why you are like this and blah, blah. Just respond to the question.
Steven, I'm talking to Abba. I'm not answering questions.
Okay.
Ooh.
I love it. This conversation is the encapsulation. This is it right here, and I love it. Okay. The idea that a black woman can say, oh, 70% are not telling their way, are not there, are not doing what they should be doing, but there's so much help. Does anybody know what community is involved and vested in the church more than any group? Does anybody know? historically, and even till now. Does anybody know who's in the church? Who's in the church?
Blacks or Hispanics? That's my guess.
Okay, right. And does anybody know what the ratio men to women is in the black church? Does anybody know?
Probably a lot more women than men, or?
Right, okay, so we're gonna put that to the side. That's a moot point. The idea that somebody can come up here and say, there are plenty of black men who wanna be mentors, and essentially, to me, what you're kind of like describing like stepfatherhood in a way. And does anybody know what what community? Literally, they are disgusted by single motherhood, despite the fact that they themselves probably came from a single mom. Does anybody know?
Is it the black community? I'm here for your rhetoric. Yeah, don't worry.
So if we have a group of men who already think that single mothers are the scum of the earth, including their own mothers, because their mother was a single mother. If we have that and we mix that with the idea that these children, they need to be mentored. What you think that black men give a fuck about mentoring anybody? If they don't care about single mothers,
I don't know what type of black people you hang around with. Wow.
Look at the numbers. What do you mean?
Okay. So Anna, you made your point. Go ahead, Tree. No. Let Tree go ahead. Tree, go ahead.
I want to ask you.
No, guys, stop. I'm letting you guys go. No. I'm letting you go one after the other. Anna, you made your
Abba,
point.
I wasn't finished. I'm talking to Abba, and I was not finished.
Okay.
But if we know that the black church is predominantly black women, right? So it would stand to reason that if they need help, they're going to the church fucking first. They're going to the church before they go to the fucking government, even though that's probably detrimental to them. If anybody knows anything about the black community, they know that they go to the church first. That's number one. You want to talk about black mentorship in the black community? Every single study has said that what is lacking in the black community is black men mentoring young black boys. How the fuck are you going to say that there are plenty when every single piece of statistical data literally proves that black men have no interest collectively.
Provide that data.
Being mentors.
I'm calling you a liar. Provide that data. You are lying.
Tree, I already told her the CDC report found that black fathers were more actively involved in their kids' lives than their counterparts of their other races.
Abba, can I talk?
I contrary to that.
But poor thought.
She does. She wants to paint black men as the complete
No, they're
villain.
victims.
So therefore,
No,
she's
black men are
not. She's
victims.
going to reject
They don't
any
have to be
evidence
victims.
to prove
Please don't do that.
otherwise.
Sorry.
That's what that is. Okay.
Okay,
My
I gotta
thing. Hold on. I
Black men have no
it was
responsibility to
nice
the black
seeing-
community. This is disgusting. They have no responsibility to their children and themselves and their women. This is disgusting.
Okay, before I go,
I would
I
like
want
to
to say
still
if you guys
ask
ever want to
Alba a
discuss
question.
solutions, just at me
Here's
or
the
whatever.
solution. Here's the solution. Here's the
Good luck.
solution. Here's the solution. Here's the solution. Since these same black men fucking hate single moms
Pxie.
and blame single moms for being single moms, I have an idea. Since these same black men are not mentoring these fucking fatherless, delinquent, criminal children, I have an idea. Don't have them. Don't have them. Can we agree to the solution?
You literally admitted it to
Can we
earlier
agree to
on
this
that people are
solution?
going to still have children even if you tell them
No,
not
I
to.
said they're going to continue to have sex. I said they're going to continue to have sex. I said don't birth these people into existence. Is that a solution?
Birth control is
everybody
very
happy?
important for all women.
She's not talking about birth control.
everybody happy now?
She's not talking about birth control here.
Okay. Can I?
Let's
hold on.
prevent,
First of all,
I think
can I?
let's prevent the abortions, right?
Okay, I want to talk to Abba, but who here said that they have to leave? I don't want to. I know they want to say their goodbyes, so I want to leave. Give the floor to that person.
Who's Pxie?
Oh, it's me. But yeah, it's nice seeing you again, Tree. This has been an interesting.
Hey, girl, what's up? Nice, good to see you again.
It's been a while.
Are you back on Twitch? I'm banned on Twitch, by the way.
Wait.
They banned me.
No.
Listen, they banned me for being in Steven's chat saying because he was playing some Renaissance game and the NPCs were not working, and I said whip them, I think I said whip them because white people like to be whipped or something like that, and they fucking banned me.
Steven.
They banned you for saying the truth.
Steven?
That's wild.
Anna, what's up, Anna?
Steven, I have a friend who wants to join. How can he join? It's a black man. How can he join? He's not.
actually want to hear
I promise you. One second. I want to preface this.
Yeah.
This is the kindest man that I've ever known in my entire life. This is not someone who's going to cut you off. He will be so refreshing, and I can shut the fuck up. I can
Okay,
fall back.
wait, real quick. Can you have him?
How can I?
Oh yeah, bring him in then. God damn it, hurry up,
Can
Steven.
you here? I'm sending you. This is my name and ID. Can you have him add me on Discord, and then I'll invite him to this? Or actually, wait, you know what? Forget all that. Tell him to join my Discord and just join the general lobby channel. And I'll...
It takes 5 minutes for him to be able to join a lobby.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Abba.
Is there a
So I want to.
Wait, just have him join. I'm sending you the link. Have him join that, and then in 5 minutes, I'll drag him into this room, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna fall back
Abba.
until he comes.
Okay, here you go.
Is
There you go.
Black still here?
Okay, Abba. So
Yeah, go ahead, Tree. What's going on?
So let me ask you something. Now, by the way, I just want y'all to understand, I'm a right winger, so I'm not on the side of the whole, power to the people thing, right? But what I will say is I will never, I don't know that the level, I'm actually offended although I'm not a part of the Black community, I'm actually offended that she talks so low about the Black community, and particularly Black men like this, saying that, you can't go nowhere. All these Black men want women to do this and be hoes, and they don't take care of the kids. And I'm like, what type of Black people are you hanging around?
Don't do that. Goddess, don't do that, please.
Wait a minute, I thought you said you was going to be up in the cut, girl. I thought you said you was going to be quiet. I thought you was going to be quiet. I thought you said you were going to lay low. You still talking. What's going on, girl?
But no. If I'm gonna lay low, under the condition that you don't misquote or misrepresent anything that I said. I never said any of that. Don't do that. I know exactly what I said. So if you're not going to quote me verbatim, forget about it.
All right.
Okay. Well, I can say this, that you did not put Black people, particularly Black men, in a high regards. So the level of Black men you're talking about, I don't know those type of men. So I'm asking Alba. Okay, that's fine. Because you stood up here and you poo-pooed me for having anecdotal. You poo-pooed me and said, that's anecdotal. That's anecdotal. Who give a f about what you're saying? So I'm saying to myself, well, shit, maybe your shit is anecdotal too. So therefore, I'm going to a Black man and asking him. Can I do that, or do we need a translator for his ass? What's going on here? Because he's not capable of expressing himself.
Wait a minute. Listen. Hold on. To the don't go there with me, because I'm not the one. I understand you feel how you feel.
What the fuck you gonna do? Beat my ass?
Hold on. Wait a minute. I understand how you see yourself in this space, but I can assure you I'm not the one. I'm not the one.
What the fuck you gonna do?
This is turning into something really weird.
Yeah, really. Because when you say you're not the one,
you guys both have like incredibly
like you want to throw them hands, girl. Okay, so I don't give a fuck if you say you're not the one.
This is weird.
Okay.
This is weird.
Anyway, I want Abba to answer my question though.
Yes, go ahead.
So do you know such Black men? And if you do,
absolutely. Absolutely.
No. Let me finish. What percentage of them? What percentage of them in your life?
It's twofold. So this is the complicated part, right? It's twofold. The extreme part that says all that stuff, the same way I hear like Cynthia G talking, it's a minority. It's a small percentage. However, then there's the softer portion where there's people who don't go all the way to the extreme but share adjacent views that are very, very similar, very close. And so for me, I'm talking more to that group, which I think is far more common. And if you know this too, like, Black men are traditionally much more old school masculinity than today. And so a lot of their views kind of still stay in a lot of the traditional forms. That's not inherently a bad thing, but what I'm trying to say is that's why it's much more adjacent to this extreme form of like women are property kind of rhetoric. You get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. And so I would say that the more adjacent side of things is probably more common than it is now. So I would say that's a majority. Yes. I would say the majority of Black men that I know are not progressive in any type of way, and do share some pretty traditional gender views.
Misogyny?
Is it? Yeah. Do you think that it's you don't think it's progressive for your woman to out earn you, or for her to have a higher education than you?
Sorry, repeat that question.
You said that Black men in the contemporary world are not progressively minded. Is that what you said?
Yeah, they're not.
Right. So what's
Hold on. Just before I proceed, because I'm speaking from my experience of living in the States and then living in Canada. But Fanatiq, do you disagree with anything I've said so far?
I think for the attitude from most Black men, I would say, is pretty socially conservative.
Okay. Yes, I'll talk about that portion.
I would like to chime in too and say I agree as well. Yeah.
Sure, but I will say that like there you do run into some problems, because if you look at like the fact that a lot of Black women in most relationships and across the board, all women out earn men when it comes to degrees. This is true of Asians, this is true of white men, this is true of black men, and so on and so forth. Women just tend to go to college more. And so the thing is that the degrees have a dramatic impact on a particularly dramatic impact on black income. And so then when you have these black women in these situations with these income, black women, despite whatever this person is saying, are still hypergamous. They still have the goals of finding a man who makes more money than them. They still don't want to be the breadwinner in the vast majority of their relationships. So then this is why black women who earn degrees actually get married less than their non-degree having counterparts. Because once they get that money, then it's like, well, now your pool starts to decrease, and black women are already significantly less likely to be married than other people because of some of the anti-black racism and some of the imaging and things that they do, that Anna's like feeding into with her rage and all that nonsense. So as a result of this, like they're cutting off their ability to get married, and then black men obviously wanting to be the breadwinners as well. So it creates this social dynamic, but black women are still absolutely hypergamous, just to be clear.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Ooh, that's fast.
So the things that I'm saying and any statistic that I've referenced or study or whatever, you're saying that those are the reasons that black men are not getting married, that they're not performing. What correlation did you make?
The thing that I would, as succinctly as I can put it, economics is the reason why black men don't get married as much. Like that was it. We'll just leave it at that. Do you disagree with that?
Being married,
point?
just not to black women.
And not just to black women. And also, the other thing that you said earlier that was just absolutely false. First off, it doesn't matter. Wait. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which income bracket you're in. Wealthy black men.
Wait, let Fanatiq finish. Well, no, wait, real quick. Let Fanatiq finish real quick.
I didn't get an answer.
Wealthy black men marry black women predominantly as well. Like across the board, black men marry black women.
What percentage of black men are married?
I don't know. I could look it up right now. I don't have it.
It's way less than every other group, so we can skip past this portion.
Yeah, sure. What? Okay.
No. Sorry, I missed the correlate. How you made a correlation to what I'm saying here today, and what and black men doing or not doing what?
I don't understand the question you're asking me. I'm sorry.
You said some of the reasons of that. Okay, go ahead, Destiny.
What?
That's not Destiny. Okay,
no, I think I broke her brain again. Let's go.
No.
Wait, I will say real quick, just because I'm just real quick, as I look up just stuff, because I'm just trying to get a feel for the information. It does seem like black men specifically are far more likely to intermarry. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the blacks.
Yes, the blacks.
Black men are more likely to intermarry than the rest of them.
I'm just saying real quick that in every other demographic I see, it seems like women are more likely to marry out of race. So 37 to 16 Asian, 61 to 54 American Indian, 7 to 7 white.
True.
But in the black community, it's flipped. 25% of newlyweds for black men marry out of their racial group. Only 12% of black women do. It's the only ethnic group that's flipped on that.
Absolutely, and that's absolutely true. And why is that? So let's look at it. So again, still, even with your statistic, even with the statistic that you gave, Stephen, 75% of black men still obviously marry within their race, number one. So the majority still marry within their race. And in two, let's look at the reasons why that is. Because it really boils down to the sexual marketplace. For example, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. I don't care if you're offended by it. Facts are facts, and I don't care about your feelings. So the fact of the matter is, socially, within the sexual marketplace, black men tend to be esteemed significantly higher than black women. The black woman has been demonized across the spectrum. Whereas when it comes to whereas I got you. Listen, you're gonna listen to this lie, and when I'm done with this lie, then you can rebut it. Until then,
let Fanatiq finish.
Down.
We can all talk more if we just let people finish. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let Fanatiq
keep interrupting.
Let Fanatiq finish. Yeah, go ahead.
So really what it boils down to, because of that sexual marketplace, that's why it's easier for black men to marry outside of their race, because of all of the ridiculous stigmas and the dehumanization and things like that are surrounding black men and the sexualization, which has existed God knows how long. Whereas for black women, it has not been the same. That's why black men are significantly more likely to intermarry. Yeah.
Steven,
we're seeing similar patterns with Asians. It's the inverse relationship to the Asians.
What's up, my queen?
Steven,
yeah, what's up?
Steven.
I'm here for you.
Hold on. Let me understand something. So all of this boils down to the reason that Black women are not able to get married and blah, 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 blah. The reason for this is because of the sexual market value place. What is the exact term?
He said sexual market. Wait. Let's not be. We don't have to use like little rhetorical tricks. Let's just keep the conversation.
I'm not using a trick.
No, you're not. She is.
Oh,
Jesus.
Okay, thank you.
There's actually another Black person that I have more issues with than you in this panel. For once, your life fanatic. Okay, it's her. Okay, listen.
Thank God.
I know. He said sexual marketplace. That's what he said. We all heard it. So respond to that if you want. Go for it. Okay.
So in the white community, let's say, so we have beauty standards. And I think it's fair for us to say, and we can acknowledge that universally, whiteness and sort of white women, the features that white women have, and blah 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 blah. These, I think, universally, this is the beauty standard. Yes, okay, it's been changing marginally, but for the most part, that white women are the beauty standard.
Yep. Nobody disagrees. No one disagrees with that. Yeah.
Sure.
That's great. Does anyone know why?
Colonialism, Western affairs, probably a whole host of reasons.
Let me be more specific. Okay, it's because of white men. White men held white women's beauty to a standard. White men held, and that's sort of the reason that they would constrict access to white women, because white women. You can't just have access to white women. It doesn't work like that. You don't. This is the standard, and everyone else is blah 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 blah. So if we can agree. And let's be intellectually honest about this, please, because everybody knows that when it comes to makeup, when it comes to fashion, it has always largely been white men who own all of these institutions, who own all.
I'm going to disagree just a little.
Okay, Tree, what's your disagreement? Real quick, what is Tree's disagreement? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my disagreement is that I disagree because Black women have beautiful, voluptuous lips, and guess who's getting lip injections?
Nobody said that.
Black women.
No. I said it's
wait. Let Tree finish.
Why can't I speak?
Go ahead.
Black women have big round booties, and when Sir Mix-a-Lot came out and says, I like big butts, guess who started getting fucking goddamn ass implants? White women, all right? And I can go on and on. So yeah, it's a lot of shit that white women have taken from black women. White women have taken away from Black women. So when I look at another fucking white woman with her fucking big lips, her big ass, okay, big titties go both ways, okay? White women have big titties, but Black women, we own that. We got the copyrights on big asses, okay? So when I look at all that shit, and then all of a sudden, where that thick come from? THICCC? That came from Black women, okay? Because our bone density is basically heavier than white women. So then I see a lot of shit. I see nothing but a fucking generic white woman, okay? And then with white, I remember a time where Black women were actually being proud of their hair, and they were wearing natural hair, and it was like, oh, you had these channels. And then I had my locks, I had my dreadlocks since 1996. When I saw Black women going natural, I said, finally, they're now embracing it, because if you love your hair, everybody else will love your hair. What happened? That shit went out in 5 years? Now they back to the fucking crack cream, they're back to the wigs, and they're back to the weave. So when Black women learn to love themselves and who they are, then everybody will fall suit.
I 100% agree with you. And just to really push back against Steven's data earlier, first off, the thing that you were talking about regarding men and women intermarrying, white men actually intermarry. White men actually intermarry more so than white women. Just so that we're clear. So it's not. So hold on. So it's not. Hey, I got you. You will. So it's not just Black men. That's number one. And number two, again, it's about that sexual marketplace. Remember what I said? How the inverse.
Just let it finish.
Yep. Remember how I said about the inverse? I know you're gonna wait. Remember how I said about the inverse relationship between Blacks and Asians? Look at how dramatic those two are. Everything else is incredibly similar. For Hispanics, it's 26% versus 28%. For white people, it's 12% versus 10%. For Black people, it's 24% versus 12%. And then for Asians, it's 21% versus 36%. So you notice how dramatic these things are. There is an inverse and a sexual marketplace.
Let Fanatic finish. Let Fanatic finish. Okay.
Now you can speak.
Steven, So actually, no, it was Goddess. Goddess, what percentage of white women are getting ass shots? Does anybody know?
What
How
percentage?
many white women on this panel right
Dating
now are
who
getting
now?
ass shots?
Dating what?
No, how many?
Dating who?
Sorry, how many white women? Because you're saying you disagree that historically white women and beauty standards that have been upheld have been. You disagree because white women in 2022 have ass shots. That's your position, yeah? That's your position, right?
She was saying
I
that
don't understand what you're
she was saying that some black beauty standards are carrying over into white women. So she was pushing back on your idea that.
And hold on, and did I not say that beauty standards are marginally changing? And even still, even with white women trying to replicate sort of the black body or the black aesthetic or whatever it is, the overwhelming majority of white women are fucking not. And for you guys to sit here and act like white women in droves are getting ass shots and lip injections,
Who said
slap
that?
yourselves.
I lay with a lot of snow bunnies, and I can assure you the absolute.
Stop with that fucking term, Jesus Christ.
Hold on.
There's this. I have this video on interracial marriage breakdown, and I want to see if you guys think that this is true or agree with it.
Just give us the bullet points from the video. We're not gonna watch a whole video right now.
No, it's not a whole video. It's like literally, it's like not even a minute.
Hold on, wait a minute. I wasn't done talking. Hold on.
It's on. I put it up on live. I want to see if you guys think this is true or agree with it.
Steven, I sent you the very short clip. It was 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I asked you to play it and you didn't. That's number one. And I'm pretty sure he and I are on the same page. But to finish my point about what Goddess is saying.
Let's watch this really quick.
Okay, real quick. Her name is Tree. Her name isn't actually Goddess, unless you're just insulting her calling that. But sorry, go ahead.
Wait,
you can call me Goddess. I'm a former.
Yeah, she was absorbing that.
I know she was.
So I mean, you can still call me Goddess. I mean, I do have people. I still have.
Wait, we're not watching a video right now. Okay, let's just.
It's 1 minute. It's literally 1 minute.
It's less than a minute, and it's a breakdown of the interracial marriage thing. I just want to see if it's like accurate or true.
Okay.
Live. Hold on. 1 second. Because I wasn't done.
The false promise of black love. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Is this one of that one girl?
Yes, I want to know what you think of these statistics because she lays it out in like a really concrete
Oh, this is the
way.
mahogany pink girl. Oh no.
I don't want to watch it. No, let's not play the video.
Are you scared?
I wasn't done talking.
Yeah, let's let Anna finish real quick, and then we can maybe watch this. We'll see. Let's let Anna finish.
Wait, hold on. The video that I sent him is way better. I promise. So good.
Okay, let's just. I understand what you're saying, and I can respect that. But let's have a conversation. It's not video time right now. We're not gonna get a circle and watch.
1 second. Okay, so with respect to the beauty standard, because he's talking about sexual value marketplace, blah blah blah. Okay, fine. So nobody wants to concede that overwhelmingly white women are not getting ass shots and doing all the bullshit. You can look at the numbers. Do whatever you want. Overwhelmingly, white women are not doing these things. Yes, you have like the Kim K's of the world. Okay, that's cool, but she's not the representative for white women in the white community. With that being said, if we can agree that the standard that has been upheld historically and to this day, with only marginal changes and only marginal differences or advancements recognizing other beauty standards. And we acknowledge that it was white men who said this is what the beauty standard is, because those were the people, the people or the population that had the power at that time.
My lord, you're not saying anything. No one disagreed.
Hold on, wait a minute. In the black community, I guess I would ask historically, whose job would it have been to uphold that beauty standard specifically? Because if you're going to talk about
I got you.
black women,
This is such a silly question.
Wait a minute.
My lord,
If you're
I
going
got
to
you.
talk about black women in the marketplace, because a lot of black men want to say, "Oh, you're not desired. Nobody wants." Right, but nobody wants black men either. Like,
Apparently not by the data, which is why black men intermarry so much more. But here, I'll respond to that. You keep saying whose job was it to respond?
I'm not done.
Are you going to go on for 30 minutes?
I'm not done.
There's 9 people in here. How long are you going to freaking talk?
You do the same thing.
I haven't spoken. Okay, sure I do, but I'll go ahead and respond really quick. So look, the same way that you're saying that it's black men. All right, you got 2 more minutes, tops.
Yeah, no, you don't tell me what I have. Bobby.
Okay, no. Fanatic, relax. Okay, so go ahead, finish your point, Annalise, and then at Fanatic, you go next.
So here's the thing: if men are putting value on women in terms of beauty, in terms of their fucking value, and we all know the marketplace is driven is driven and predicated on what the fuck men think. Oh, you have this many kids, you have this many body count, you look like this.
blah, 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 blah. If black women are at the bottom, what the fuck does that say about the way that black men fucking look at them and have been looking at them historically?
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
All right.
I
So,
need to play this.
No.
We're not about to hold on. Hold on. Let me just respond to.
Let him respond to some of it. Fanatiq, go ahead.
Thank you. So first off, as we already said, the data like clearly indicates that it does have to do with some sort of like social value. Secondly, when you want to talk about like who like sets these standards, it's not just white men, but yes, I would say predominantly the reason why these beauty standards got established the way they were was because of people who had the power, and the power is normally like executed through the media. I remember as a very young kid watching things like Snoopy. Hold on. I remember.
Everyone stop. At least you have to let him finish.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't have an option. You must let me finish.
Let him finish.
I got you, but I'm going to talk and you're going to listen like I did you. Because of the fact, as they've executed it through the media, I'm not even going to raise my voice. I'm going to talk and I'm going to finish my sentences, and you're going to respect that. I got you.
Your masculinity.
All right, you're 100% right. I am proud, Bob, and I'm arresting that. So anyway, so as I was saying, when you look at the media, I remember as a young kid watching things like Snoopy and things like that, were always, and Olive Oil and Popeye, and so on and so forth. They always made the most attractive women white women. In almost all of the TV shows, there was a hyper overrepresentation of white women when it came to the economy. I'm sorry, when it came to like the Miss America pageants and all of those things. Beauty pageants were always there. When it came to front of magazines, all of these things have constantly reinforced the notion that that this is what beauty is. Also, on top of that, when it's again considering that marriage is an economic decision as well, there is the idea that you immediately assume a specific status and power by being with the white woman, right? Because of the fact that a lot of the Jim Crow and things like that were aimed specifically at black folks, right? So then that means the people who are the most economically privileged provided the greatest advantage, which would obviously mean that black men would be significantly more likely to pursue that. Obviously, seeing that thing, all of those things together are going to shape your view when it comes towards beauty standards. There's a reason why, like almost all of the movie, that's why you always had like those situations where the majority of like the people who won Academy Awards and things like that, they were always for white women. The film is written for white women, and so on and so forth. Also, I want to point out that yes, some black features are like coveted. They do like the full figures of black women and voluptuous titties and voluptuous, all of that, the curves. All of those things are absolutely beautiful. And the thing is, they want those features, but they want those things on white women. So when white women can get implants or things like that so that they can fix their long backs, that immediately improves their stock. And people are attracted to that because they do like black features, but they just don't like black women because of racism.
Can I just real quick. Can I just real quick, because
that's what you are.
Auntie, highly recommended. Wait, real quick. Auntie, we have a highly recommended black voice, PhD guy, strong opinions. Did you have a particular thing that you wanted to throw quickly into this?
There's a few things.
Can you Can you pick like one, just because it's going to turn into a huge shit show of like on a particular issue?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that was presented earlier was that like black men aren't achieving the same educational rates as black women, which is true. But the reason behind that, and I can cite the studies for you, is because their incarceration rates are higher.
Poor black men.
Well,
poor black men.
Wait. It's not poor black men. If you're going to say that you're going to quote statistics and probability, by the way, just looking at statistics and probability is not a way to do causal inference, by the way.
Guys.
Wait, hello? My Discord just crashed. It was too
some real men up here.
Okay, but let them finish. Okay, so let them go.
Over you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's not poor black men. It's when you're doing causal inference and you're looking at a statistic, and the statistic is the way it is. You can't just look at the statistic as a standalone and say that the reason behind the statistic is because black people, or specifically black men, are reprobates, lazy, don't care about their educational attainment or status. The reason behind it, in large part, and again, I can quote the studies to you, is because Unfortunately,
incarceration.
because there is a racial disparity within the criminal justice system.
Wait, real quick, to shortcut, just a short. Wait, hold on, wait, so that we don't spend way too much. Wait, real quick.
Of labor scarring that you would see when somebody is in general thrown into the criminal justice system and reduces their total income.
Oh my God.
Auntie, I think that to shortcut this, because real quick, she's just going to say, and probably reasonably so, like, okay, but aren't they committing a lot of crime, right?
No, but first off, hold on. No, criminal, like, it's not just because of the fact. It's not just because of the fact that they're like committing crimes, and that's not like, and it's not specifically because of the prison. A lot of it, even without, even black men without criminal records still earn less than their white counterparts. A lot of wealth is generational, and so is poverty. Wealth is generational, and so is poverty. So then, obviously, if you look, obviously, if you look back multiple generations, obviously, if you look back multiple generations, obviously, if you only look back a few generations, you recognize that there have been, like, I mean, like, again, it was short. It was for me. It was literally only it was literally only one generation ago in which we literally got the Civil Rights Act passed. My father had to drink from specifically. My father had to drink specifically from blacks only fountains. So then, when you look at those kinds of situations, and so when you look at those kinds of situations, then it's easy to understand why this thing would be generational. It takes a severe amount of tenacity that both of my parents had. The reason why they're both upper middle class today, but we obviously know that they are. We obviously know that those are exceptions to the rule, because clearly the vast majority of people who are born to poverty stay in poverty. Economic mobility in this country is some of the worst. So then that's why you would see black men not going to college. It has nothing to do with specifically criminal justice. You would see that even within white people who are not going to be overrepresented within the criminal justice system, even those people born into poverty attend college less and are significantly less likely to have economic mobility. Penning this entire thing to prison sounds ridiculous.
Wait, no, hold on. I'm going to let her go because it's pretty much like a 7v1 at the moment. So, Annalicia, what do you want to say? Respond.
I'm like, yo, you have the same black man coming up here saying the same fucking thing. What do you want me to fucking say, Abba? What do you want me to say? You want me to? What do you want? You want me to subscribe to this? Okay.
No. I'm asking you what you want.
Let me respond. Hold on. I'll respond. Black men are victims. Black men are fucking victims. They cannot not engage in criminality. They cannot be in the fucking home and raise their kids and marry their women to try to fucking avoid deprivation in the home and fucking poverty. Because we also do know that, yes, marriage has always been an economic proposition and it's political in nature. But no, don't marry the women. Don't value marriage. Don't be in the fucking home. They're victims. There's nothing that they can do. Okay, I concede. Can we move now? I agree.
Okay.
Let's move on.
All right.
So I'll just say two things very quick. One is that I'm not
wait. Just so we're clear, I didn't say that there's nothing that we can do. What I did.
I'm not saying that criminal justice alone is the determining factor for like black people's like reduced socioeconomic conditions in the United States relative to other groups. I'm saying that like in large part between black men and black women, this has been shown to show much of the gap in educational attainment, because when you have interactions with the criminal justice system, black women are able to enter the workforce earlier, and they're able to go into educational environments earlier, and it's a lot harder for you as a graduate admissions officer to accept a black kid if they have a criminal record.
Well, yeah, but
I think, wait, real quick, Auntie, real quick, hold on, because Anna's going to come up. So the response though is that like, so look at the two different reactions to similar adverse scenarios. If black families were totally fucked and moms totally abandoned their children, you could use the argument, well, look at what happened to the fathers. They went to prison, they went to hell. So of course, black mothers were going to abandon their children, but they didn't, right? Anna's argument is that like black mothers have had to consistently step up throughout the history of black people, while black fathers have used the excuse of like, well, society sucks, so I'm a criminal, but moms don't have that option. Like, yeah, society society sucks and the black fathers don't.
But that's not even a valid excuse. It's not about them being criminal. That's not it. Again, as we pointed out already, that even if you control for non-criminality, even if you look for people who haven't been involved in the criminal justice system, you still see a deficit when it comes to college attendance, when it comes to graduation rates, and all of those things, which means that it's probably economic, which is why I think this is a ridiculous argument to try to justify the
but it all circles back
through prison.
It all circles back.
They're
right?
all cultural determining factors, and they're actually
right. And I'm saying, and I got you. There are alternate determining factors, and I'm saying that prison is not the leading. So to even mention it in this scenario, it is not the primary vector. It is not the leading contributor. So it doesn't make sense to go down this.
We
argument.
understand. Auntie's the one that brought it up, and I was just saying as a.
That's what I'm talking to right now.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Brother. Hold up. Can everybody just bring the emotional level way down?
Yeah. Also, Auntie is a proud black man, PhD taker. He's not a white dude. Just put that out there. All right.
Okay. All right. So
there are cultural determinants that lead to people not necessarily succeeding in life. There are issues within the black community, but my concern here isn't that you're quoting the statistics, and I'll even accept that the statistics are true. They're a snapshot of the current reality, and you're looking at trend lines. But trend lines aren't social science, and there's not causal inference. And when we're talking about ways to rectify this problem, we can say, okay, we can chastise these people. We can say, oh, it's your fault. You're a bunch of fucking reprobate degenerates with a reprobate degenerate culture. Or you can look at the studies that have actually been conducted that say, hey, maybe there's some structural issues here. And if we correct for these structural issues, it will deal with probably 90+% of the issues. That's
in every study I've ever seen on this subject, the vast majority of them have always pointed to economic. Economy is the literal reason. So when we were 2 nights ago, when we were having that conversation, when we were talking about graduation rates, literally the vast majority of it, as I pointed out, and I
Let's wait here real quick. We'll let Fanatiq finish real quick, and then Anna can go ahead. It is like a 1v9 on Anna, just so it's
I got you. And so the thing that I brought up, my conversation right now is the thing that I'm responding to is PhD Auntie. So the point is, even when we looked when it came to graduation rates, the largest contributing factor had to be economic. They had broken it down. Internet access, the largest thing affecting that is economic. When it came to no, this is to Auntie, because Auntie keeps saying, there's a whole bunch of structural issues and things that we can focus on. And I totally agree with you. I'm all about criminal justice reform. I'm all about ending the war on drugs, all of those things. But what I'm saying is there are plenty of studies that have clearly detailed that the largest contributing factor towards education deprivation is economic. Do you agree with that point or not?
Yeah, when I say structural determinants, I include economic issues. So if there are
so then why are we even talking about the prison system
rising up? Then that's just us talking past each other and me not saying the right words.
Auntie, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's up?
So you said that I think you said black women are forced to enter something at younger ages and earlier.
So they have the ability to.
Why?
Because if you're incarcerated, or if you're thrown in prison, or if you have a criminal record, the propensity for you getting hired is lower.
So you're talking about in the workforce. You're not talking about actually going to school. You're talking about the workforce.
No, I'm talking about both.
Okay, so hold on. Wait a minute. So what percentage? So what percentage of men are falling victim to the criminal justice system?
Oh my God!
Why are you saying it that way?
Well, because she thinks black men are victims, and that's her victim voice. So
yeah. So again, we can say that people can make autonomous choices, but
we can't say that. Not if you're a black man, you can't say that.
Can I say something in Erin's defense?
Literally,
I'm pretty sure I've read enough studies that said that men.
I'm not going to say that economic structures are the sole factor in determining whether or not you can gain.
I didn't say sole. I said largest.
Anna, I have autonomous choices.
You do, right?
My autonomous choices that helped me in being able to or in the process of getting my fucking PhD right now.
Tell them again.
In spite of the fact that there were issues, but when you do this survivorship bias bullshit,
you're actually making Anna's point.
That people can't
wait a minute. Hold on, Auntie.
because there's problems associated with the area. When you're saying that black
Auntie's got to be the worst.
Okay, all right.
Not make autonomous
Everybody shut the fuck up. You guys are just all talking over each other. It's unintelligible. We can't understand anyone saying. So you're interrupting. I can't understand you, and I can't understand the original people speaking. Shut up. Let the person finish. Okay, and so Auntie, briefly finish your point, and then Annalisa, you can respond.
I don't even know where I was left off. What was the last thing I said?
Don't worry about it. Just go to Anna.
Okay, Anna, go ahead. Anna, go ahead.
So
yeah,
like,
let's go Anna. For the first time, we all want Anna to speak.
Thank God.
I guess black men. I guess everybody can concede to the fact that there are institutional and structural issues that are impeding black men's ability to attain or to I guess to what did you say, something to compete in the workforce, and also to even like acquire degrees and a formal education. Is that like, would that be fair to say?
yeah, that's part of the problem, and it's a large part of the problem. In the same way that black
Wait, she was just clarifying. Let her talk. Let her talk.
Being able to like do
Let her talk.
Mute this guy.
Anna, you believe in this too.
Auntie, why aren't you letting her respond? Let her make a point.
Black women, because you talked about the issue that black women face.
Joke, bro.
In the economy.
Destiny, get rid of this guy.
I can't do that right now.
He's literally the worst. What is he doing?
Different black people. Kudos to you, Steven.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, Auntie, 1 second.
Oh my God.
So I don't know if you realize this, but you helped me. You bolstered my argument. You know that, right?
He sure did.
So firstly, I want to say thank you. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, he
Firstly,
did.
I want to say thank you. Second of all, what I want to say is, if black men
You want to elaborate?
if black men are saying, hey, there are issues, there are systemic issues, whose job do you think it would be? Like, who do you think it is incumbent upon to address these structural issues? Who do you think should be doing that? Do you think that it should be the people who are in positions of power, who obviously want to maintain these positions of power? Or do you think that it's the group who feel that there's inequity and that there are structural issues and that there are problems, fundamental problems?
It's a crazy thing.
Who do you think should address the problem?
You're saying who should. You're saying who should, and it should be both parties. Obviously, the people in power would be the ones who would respond to it, and then it's the responsibility of the people who are feeling like done wrong. It's their job to try to encourage it. That's why you had things like the march on. Well, obviously, I'll tell you what black. Okay, I'll tell you what. First off, okay, I'll answer both of those questions.
No.
I'm gonna answer both of the questions that you asked me. Number one, the first question. No. I'm going to answer the questions that you asked me. So number one, the very first question you asked is what I got you, and I'm going to continue to. The very first question that you asked me was, what are black men doing right now? And the very first thing that black men are doing right now, I would say an amazing thing that's literally happening today, was the rally for reparations, which happened in Washington. The rally for reparations, which happened today in Washington D.C. That was plenty of people showed up there, where they marched and they did some protesting there, and they're holding rallies where we're going to start educating more people about the benefits of that. That was one. And two, when you said, what did black people do then? Well, you obviously had the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, which led largely to the civil rights benefits that you have actually taken part in. See, for example, when you start talking about black people's ability to go to school, yes, NAACP was predominantly men, and those men fought and actually pushed for that thing, Brown versus Board of Education, and the Brown versus Board of Education too, to go to the Supreme Court. When you want to start talking about what actually caused when you want to start talking about what actually led to the affirmative action in the first place, that came from two people. It was Reynard something. It was in 1941, before Kennedy first signed it. I just made a video about it. The whole point is that came from two black political strategists and activists, and they were the first ones to push that. So the affirmative action that allows you to go to the school that you want to go to specifically came primarily from black men. The problem is, and when you ask the stupid question about black men not advocating for black women, the fact of the matter is black women have always been large participants within the labor force. But when the labor force is discriminatory, then it affects them as well. So when black men when black people as a whole, it was primarily led by men because of just the way that misogyny was at that point. When those people are pushing for the end of racial discrimination within the labor market, that's going to positively impact black women. Almost every gain that black men have had, black women also get the benefit of. There have been specific gains that that have worked specifically for black women that ignore black men. You cannot name me a single example of something to the contrary. I think that this infighting, the idea of black men like hating black women and black women hating black men, I think both of those communities, the divestor community is absolutely disgusting, and I think the whole red pill, nonsensical, demonizing all black women, labeling them as ratchet, all that stuff is just as toxic. Because at the end of the day, black people do eventually love each other. The vast majority of black people end up marrying black people. And so I think that's what we should be focusing on, as opposed to you trying to focus on these absolute highlights and mischaracterizing all of that.
All right. Annalicia, go ahead.
Annalicia.
Can I go after her too? I would like to go after
Annalicia.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Anna and then Tree. Go ahead, Anna.
So, black people love each other. And black men love black women. Does anybody know how many black men are killing black women annually? Does anybody know?
Why is that relevant?
Hyper minority.
Well, this is
Does anybody know anything about black femicide?
Why is that relevant?
Let Anna.
Wait, let her make her point.
Okay, guys.
Let her make her point.
Yeah.
What?
Anna. Wait, real quick. Wait, hold on, chill. Anna, chill. Hold on, Anna, real quick. Don't ask a rhetorical question, because when you ask, everybody's going to interrupt. So just get to your point, okay? Go.
Just say it. Exactly. Go ahead.
So the idea that black men love black women, slap yourself with that idea, because it's a fallacy. Love is not toe tagging your women and your children in the community at the high. Like, wait, what? Does anybody know anything about black femicide? Does anybody know? Yeah. Oh, let me guess. That's a myth too. That's a stereotype too, right? Okay, well, maybe do some research. But make sure you understand how to do statistics and you understand how to read them, Baldy. I'm talking to you because you don't get it. Black men killing black women and children is not love, and they are doing it at a disproportionately high rate. It's not love, sir.
Okay, I got you. Sure, I agree. Wait, let me just respond really quickly. I got you. Out of black, tell me the number. What percentage of black men kill black women?
Ooh. Oh, so you don't know? I thought you had all the research and you have the number.
Okay, so you don't know. So
she doesn't know either. Okay, here. So since she doesn't have that number, it's okay. I'll answer. I'll just tell you that the vast, like the hyper minority of black men kill black women, right? Because like homicide is still incredibly low. So if you were to take 100 black men, yes, homicide. That's what it is. When a black man kills a black woman, it's homicide. If your vocabulary is lacking, I'll help you. So anyway, if you were to consider 100 black men in this scenario, if you were to consider 100 black men, then I promise you less than five of them will ever marry a black woman. So even if you want to talk about
you mean marry or kill?
I'm sorry, would kill a black woman. Okay. So if you want to start talking about disproportionate rates,
4 out of 100 sounds really fucked up. 1 out of 25 black men kill their wife. Is that true?
It's not. I don't even think that's the number. I think it's significantly less than that. What I'm saying, all I'm doing is just making sure that I'm safe by saying less than 5 of them. So then the fact of the matter is, it's incredibly. It's okay. Good. Show me the numbers. Show me the numbers. Okay. All right. All I'm gonna accept from you right now is the numbers. Show me the numbers.
Wait a minute.
Show me the numbers. Stop. I don't want to know for the numbers.
Let Anna talk. Go ahead.
Anna, speak.
Steven, if I send it to you, can you like whitesplain it to him?
No, wait, stop. Can you just wait, stop.
I'm not even going to qualify that.
Stop.
You're going to say it, Anna. You got the numbers. Say the numbers out loud.
I am not your Uncle Todd, okay? I'm not going to be your token white guy. You need to explain it in your best words.
Absolutely. What are the numbers?
Go.
As a matter of fact,
most domestic violence interracial anyway. It's the same.
Wait, let Anna talk.
Problem.
What
are the numbers, Anna?
Wait a minute. So based on the numbers, okay, in 2020, 1,821 black women were killed. Does anybody in 2020 they were killed by black men? Okay,
that's not a percentage. That's not a percentage. What percentage?
I'm sorry that you don't know how to quantify that because you don't understand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think you understand how to quantify that.
Oh my God, we're going back to per capita. I can't believe it. We've looped around.
I don't think you know how to quantify that. You were trying to say my point has always been that again, homicide and black femicide, or specifically black men killing black women, is a hyper rare occurrence, is what I'm saying. Still, the vast majority. Still,
It's
yes.
not.
Still,
It's
still, still,
What?
still, the vast majority. Still, the vast majority of black men never murder a black woman. So if that's the case,
Oh my God.
okay, good. If you have something different, show me that.
Guys.
Do the vast majority of black men murder black women? Is that what you're saying?
This is so dumb.
Hey,
Okay,
that's a
let's just-
straw man of
no,
an
no, no,
argument.
no, 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 no.
No. I'm not strawmanning your argument. I made my argument, and you said I was wrong.
No, you guys are talking past each other. Okay, she's
Hold
basically
on,
saying.
hold
No,
on, hold
shut up, because you talk so much, and I've heard you.
Yeah,
for a long
let
time.
Anna or let Abba whitesplain this. Go ahead, Abba.
Okay, yes, I'm going to white explain this in my whitest voice possible.
Thank you.
She's saying there's an issue with the black community where black men are disproportionately killing their partners compared to other races. You're saying the vast majority of black men are not bad people and they're not doing these crimes. I think we could both agree those two things are true. Annalicia, would you agree?
And Annalisa won't.
Hold on, no, she will.
Okay, I'll tell you my position. So first of all, I'm not in front of a computer or anything like that. In fact, I'm literally using my phone.
Oh.
But you can refer to it's the FBI. Just go to the FBI femicide. I believe it's intimate partner violence. So go to that, refer to that, read the numbers, go through it, analyze it, and then get back to me.
So just let me get clear. No, let me get this clear out of your mouth. Do you believe that the vast majority of black men are killing or harming their partners physically?
No, but I think
Okay,
that was my point from the beginning. All right, good. So we get to move past it. I thought so.
Okay.
Sure. I agree. It's a problem. It's a problem for the hyper minority.
Wait, you're not. No, don't do that.
Stop.
Yeah, so you're right. I thought so. At least you agree.
I summarized it. No. I summarized it exactly that way, and you verbatim pretty much said what I said.
No.
Yes,
Because while I don't agree that the vast majority does not do it, it is critical mass. It's still a problem.
I said it's a problem. You need to listen.
That was my argument. So what's the problem?
Stop. This is the problem with this conversation. Everybody shut up. This is the problem with this conversation. You guys are yelling. You guys are so heated. You're not hearing anything that's happening. And so we have to restate things 50 times. And this is the most disorderly conversation I've ever seen. Unfortunately, it's an important one, so I just can't leave it. But you guys are fucking brain dead when it comes to conversation. So just shut the fuck up. Breathe, and if you can't listen critically, then just take another pause moment to actually see if you've been thinking about what the other person's been saying, instead of just repeating what other people have already said. Now, I'm going to go to Tree because she's been patiently waiting, but I would appreciate, Annalisa, if you just listen, because I literally verbatim said it is a problem, but you do not believe that it's disproportionately true that black men are killing women. I'm sorry, you don't believe that they're overwhelmingly doing it, but you think it's a problem in the community. Now, Tree, go ahead.
Destiny, please play that video.
I'll do it after.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Go. Tree.
Please don't take your
Annalisa,
time with the
I just want to ask two questions. And these are not a gotcha questions. These are not attacking you questions.
Oh, no.
Actually, I want us to, as a black woman to another black woman, I just want us to come to some common ground. So I just want to ask two questions to see if you're biased or am I biased. So, and this is easy question. The first question is, are you able to compliment black men on three things that they're really good at or good qualities that they have?
Yeah. Oh, right. Are you saying right now in this moment? Yeah. For
Yes.
Sure. Do you want me to do it? What is this? Is this a litmus? Is this
Yes.
a litmus test? Okay, sure.
No.
Abba.
I mean, I am the best man in here. So
You're getting a compliment right now. Let's go.
No, I'm the best one here. Go for it, girlfriend.
Okay, Abba. I think that you are extremely intelligent.
No, black men in general.
No.
Black man.
You can't. Right.
Sorry, no compliments. No compliments for you.
Generalizations about a race? Weird.
I mean, even though she thinks she the board, I mean, she
Is
can
this woman interacting? Every time she fucking talks, she's some stupid shit come out of her fucking mouth. I'm talking to Anna, not your ass.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anna,
Yes.
I'm asking to generalize men, black men, not one individual man.
Oh.
Can you compliment three things generalizing black men?
So you're asking me if I can say that black men, generally speaking, are good at something, or
Yes.
or right? Okay.
Just give them three compliments. Yes.
Okay, they're very. I mean, in terms of how attractive black men are, that counts, right?
Yeah, you damn right.
counts.
You want to be cute? Come on, say it.
Yeah, that counts. Okay. So attractiveness. Okay, that's one.
What else? I think that. Ooh. I think that. Oh, here we go. I got it. I think that they're incredible athletes. Their ability to athleticism.
Nice.
Oh no.
Nice one.
Hold on, wait. Let me finish. You asked me a question.
Yeah, just anything that's not good for a plantation.
I'm not interrupting you. They're interrupting you. I'm giving you some respect, so I just want you to know that.
I think that they are incredible athletes. Not that they own their athleticism, but they are good athletes. And I think that they can dance. And I think that their musical capacity or their inclination towards anything musical or creative is the bar's none. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what's really crazy about
let me just shimmy real quick. Go ahead.
Wait. Hold on. Before let me go over her points, guys. Hold on a second.
Yes.
So attractiveness, athletic abilities, and creative musically.
Yeah, artistically. That music, dance,
Okay.
Dang, that's crazy because I'm a musician. I'm crazy, attractive, and I'm athletic. My stroke game is ridiculous. But I will say that.
Wait, what are we doing? Whoa, wait. What are we doing? Chill.
I was just saying that I qualify for all the things that she pointed out. But my point is,
you don't, Fanatic.
Absolutely. What are you talking about? But
I'm just trolling. Let Tree finish. No. Let Tree finish, guys. You guys interrupted.
Yeah, let her finish.
I got you. Go ahead, Tree.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, now here's my last question. Can you criticize black women in general? 3 things. Can you criticize black women on 3 things in general? Black women in general, can you give 3 criticisms?
In general, black women, their self-esteem and their sense of value is fucking way too low considering how fucking amazing they are. But it's in the depths of hell. I think that black women, I think that black women undervalue themselves, and that's a huge problem. Okay. And I think that black women are race loyal to their fucking detriment, and they always have been. And if they continue to be permanent underclass, here we come.
Okay, so hey, I want to point out really quickly.
Wait, Tree, is Tree done? Was that all you wanted, Tree?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, she got it.
What was the third?
Okay.
Hold on. No, I did not. Fanatic, don't answer for me, nigga. You ain't my goddamn master. Anna. What the three things for black women was self-esteem, they're loyal to their race. I'm sorry, I didn't get the third one.
Their sense of value. They're valuing themselves. They undervalue themselves.
That's self-esteem.
They undervalue.
I guess you could say that maybe those are intrinsically linked. Yeah.
All right, but so we'll go with those 2. But my point is, I wanted to say.
Wait, let Tree.
Thank you. I just wanted to say something really quickly.
And I have nothing else to say. I'm thank you for participating in that. And now I'm going to meet you where you are. So and by the way, I will no longer, as of now, be I will not be combative. I'm just going to if I can't get in, I'll just be quiet and just wait my turn. Thank you.
But Tree, I just want to point out, first off, listen, I never ran from a debate with you. We had an
no.
agreement.
Wait, settle your shit later. We're not doing this right here.
You pay my money, and you didn't pay me my money.
Stop.
You owe me money. Pay me my money. Now, to Annalicia.
Chill, hold on.
That's it. That was all.
Okay.
That was all. Anna. So now the thing is, I find it really funny because the things that you just listed actually fit exactly within the scope of what I was talking about earlier regarding the interracial marriage thing. You see, when you say, 1, black men are particularly attractive, right?
True.
Then obviously that's going to raise them up in the social and sexual marketplace, right? Like as far as when it comes to the dating, right? Now, when you say that black women have lower self-esteem and things like that, you obviously know that energy can be projected in that way, and that part of that lower self-esteem comes from like the way that the system attacks the image of black women. They are constantly being masculinized and things like that. So obviously, I'm never attacking black women all my entire time. I got you. I don't care if you think. Sure, I know. I got you. Sure. Maybe you think it's only black men doing it, and it's crazy to me because obviously black women are doing it as well, and still the vast majority. It's crazy to me that you would think that the vast majority of black men are somehow demonizing the image of black women, yet the vast majority of black men are willing to marry black women. The vast majority of black men primarily date black women. So the idea that some kind of way that the most of this demonization is coming from black men is absurd. However, what we do see is obviously negative representations within the media that are happening on a common basis. So it seems to me that those things, all of the things, it seems to me.
Let him speak.
Absolutely, you're going to. It seems to me that all of the things that you listed perfectly fit. So that's the reason why. And I, for one, very much I am very much one that has always fought for rectifying those problems. And I do believe that is something that starts with black men. I think black men should make sure that we do everything in our power to signal boost the beauty of black women, as I have done. Destiny and I have had really toxic conversations surrounding my ideas that I'm specifically only interested in dating black women and making sure that the black love is instilled within myself and my family. Fortunately, I found a partner who agrees with me in the exact same way. And so the fact of the matter is, I do agree with you that this problem can be fixed partially by black men, but I also think that the problem largely comes from outside within media representation.
Okay, all right. So Anna, go ahead. I got you. Go ahead.
Let me respond. So here we go. Not that we didn't hear this yesterday. Not that I didn't already. We did this song and dance already. Let's do it again because you're good at it.
Okay.
So you said that a lot of it's coming from sort of like this insidious, like nefarious, the system and whitey, whatever. Do black men own media, and to the extent that they do own any media outlets or in any capacity, do they negatively contribute to the image of black women?
I would say some of them do, sure.
No, this is not. There's no ambiguity in this answer. It's a yes or a no.
So I'm sorry. There's no ambiguity. So I'm sure. Are you saying? Are you asking me? Do all black men do this, or do all black men not?
I'm asking if the media media outlets that are owned by fucking black men, do they negatively portray black women? Yes or no?
Sometimes, somewhat.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so let me give you an example. So
wait, let me ask to push, but let's just push the conversation forward. Do you think that it's over or less than 50%? Is the portrayal of black women by black-owned media worse, like more than 50% of the time, or not, like less than 50% of the time? Does that make sense?
I think I would say it's 50-50, and here's why.
Okay,
so
50-50. That's fine. That's the answer. So, Anna.
No, but let me explain why. So when you look at something like music videos and stuff like that, there's going to be, obviously within some of black music, there's going to be some of like the demonization of black women and so forth. But as far as the image of black women, that's typically, they highlight a lot of like, video hoes and video vixens and things like that, and celebrate the image of black women. Obviously, I think some of that music is misogynistic and demonizing, right? But then when you look at things like Vogue magazine, they have always like centered black women at the cover of this thing and highlighted that. So I think that it does go both ways.
Okay, can I finish talking now? Because I asked you the question, and I kind of knew that you were going to do this. So I'm done talking to you because you're dishonest, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I'll just ask Abba. At least you can be honest.
Yeah, I got you, Queen. Go for it. What's the question?
That's fine. Okay. He said that black men, they love black women. They're married. So the problem that I have with everything that he said is, if everything that he is saying is true, why are black men dating out at the highest clip? Does anybody know?
Yeah.
I already answered that question.
Is that rhetorical? You asking?
Wait, hold on.
Okay, it's rhetorical.
Not only are they dating out at the highest clip, at the highest levels, right? Or at the highest clip. Okay? But here's the thing about black men dating out. They're divorcing your asses too. You see, here's the problem, because divorce is obviously tracked, right? When relationships fail, this is trackable data. And to the most unfortunate, black men, white women, 200% divorce rate. To the most unfortunate, you don't do well with them either. So your market value place, or you're not the shit. And the divorce rates, that's what you need to pay attention to, because you ain't got it. They're divorcing you. It doesn't matter what community you're going into, they're divorcing you. So you can tell me that, the reason that black women are not getting married is because of this value marketplace and blah, blah. Why are you getting divorced at the highest rate? Why do you have a higher divorce rate?
I will tell you, the reason why the divorce rate is so high for black men is specifically economic.
I was talking to Abba.
I don't care. I'm gonna jump in when I want to. The reason why is economic. It's economic, just like the marriage rate.
Fanatiq, let her go. Just summarize your point. Go ahead, finish it.
Fanatiq. God.
Yeah, I know. When I want to be. Only in panels.
You're feminine and you're conquered. It's pathetic. Just
okay, I believe you believe that.
Okay.
What the hell?
Like I was saying, black men that think that they can say anything they want, and that makes it fucking true. You think that you can have it both ways, and you can't. If you are not marrying your fucking women and taking care of your children in the home, not once a month, not once a week, you cannot then say, black men, they love black women. They love the community. They're doing what they're supposed to do. You can't tell me that if black men have autonomy and agency, like this black guy getting his PhD, and they have the control in their media outlets to control the way that the world sees them and that the world sees women, you cannot then tell me that it has any fucking thing to do with whitey. Maybe 100, 200 years ago, maybe I would have gave you that
100, 200? I don't even think you know how to count.
Wait a minute. Look.
All right, so now she's rambling. Let me just respond really quick. So, like, as I was saying...
Let me finish.
Wait, no, finish. Anna, you've been going for a long time, so just wrap up your point, okay?
But let me finish. So I don't like the idea that black men think that they can say whatever the fuck they want, and it's not true.
Okay.
Your value marketplace, whatever. Sorry, I want to make sure I get this right. What is it? What is it called?
No. You already understood it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she already got it. She's just literally repeating herself now. So look, what I'm saying is,
all right, everyone, stop. She
can't just keep repeating herself, bro. She's just wasting time.
Repeating yourself.
Sure, I believe you believe that. So my point being, it's called the sexual marketplace. The sexual marketplace. And the reason why...
Here's the reality about the sexual marketplace.
I'm going to give you a minute and I'm going to cut you off.
You don't have any value in that marketplace because you're getting divorced at the highest rate of all fucking men as a portion of the population. So don't give me that fucking shit about this is the reason.
Can I ask a question?
Wait, before we do that, I'm just going to respond really quickly. So you can say that the divorce rate and the sexual marketplace are two completely different values. You see, the sexual marketplace, the sexual marketplace, look.
Black men are good at sex.
I don't want to have to mute you. Annalicia. I don't want to have to mute you, but I'm going to. The sexual. I know. Look, so I'm gonna just talk, and the longer you talk, the longer I'm gonna talk. Okay? I'm letting you know now. If you interrupt me, I'm gonna go longer. Letting it go. I'm letting that be known. So anyway, so when you want to look at the sexual marketplace, if you look at the sexual marketplace, I know. As soon as she stops talking, I'm gonna start talking.
Fanatiq, relax. There's an audience. Do you guys forget there's people watching?
I know it. That's why.
Everyone, shut up. There's people watching. They can't understand anything. So I would appreciate everybody just shut the fuck up for the people watching. Okay? Now, Fanatiq, go ahead. Annalicia, please let him finish.
She's going to interrupt anyway. So look, when you look at the sexual marketplace, okay, and you want to say that this is like directly tied to the divorce rate, like I think those are two completely different things. The sexual marketplace only gets you as far as like the initial engagement, the initial the initial relationship. But that doesn't mean that it's going to work for longevity. Everyone knows this with a brain that the leading cause of divorce is financial. Everyone knows this with a brain that everyone knows this with a brain that the leading cause of divorce is economic. So then if that's the case, then it would make sense. If that's the case, then it would make sense. If that's the case, no. I'm gonna talk. If that's the case, then it would make sense. If that's the case, then it would make sense when you start talking about long-term relationships, and we're still recognizing that even with degrees and with all of the other systemic barriers, why the longevity, when you start adding children on and things like that those financial implications become significantly more powerful, and such that people end up getting those divorces. But that doesn't invalidate the original attraction, which you yourself conceded to already, which is leading to the relationships in the first place. So it seems like what you want to do is end up finding a person that has like high social value, that has the same values as you, such that you understand that there will be struggles and challenges in life, but they're willing to meet those things. Because what happens is when other people who aren't accustomed to that start running into adversity, it makes them significantly more likely to run, which obviously it makes all the sense in the world.
Okay, all right. So hold on, everyone, stop. No, hold on, stop.
I want to say one thing and I'm done.
No, stop. There's people who've been waiting for like 30 minutes to ask a question. Okay?
I'm not going to go on a diatribe.
No, stop. There's people who've been literally half an hour.
Responding to me, Abba.
Hold up, you guys have been responding to each other for like an hour.
Abba.
Okay,
I know, but this is the last thing I'm going to say.
It's the last thing, Abba.
Say your last thing.
So, in summation, Baldy,
Stop! Don't do that. Go ahead.
That's okay. I'm bald. I don't. That device might not be a
I
problem.
don't have a brain.
Yo,
So
Anna, you gotta own this though. Yesterday you were mad at me because I was using the word whale, and you just throwing out baldy and burnt all the time.
Yeah,
That's
Jesus.
wild.
I'm done. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
So in summation, okay, in conclusion, and I want everybody listening to pay attention, okay? Sexual marketplace or sexual marketplace value good. So black men, you're good in the sexual marketplace, but terrible at relationships. Got it. Heard you. Let's move on.
Okay, good. Hold on. No. Stop. You're not Abba. You're not about to let her end on a straw man on my point. That's not gonna happen.
You're gonna go back and forth forever.
No. I got you. But mine has always been substantive. Mine has been substantive, and I'm not gonna be that person. I got you. Just hold on. Chill 1 second, Abba. So look, I got you.
No.
Don't tell me no after she's doing a straw man. After you're cutting me off, and she's going longer than me. I'm gonna finish this point. Look, what I'm saying is, ultimately, it's not about.
And I just think it's so unfortunate that we're having this conversation on these serious issues, and you guys don't know how to act on panels.
It's not about you guys.
And so we got 4 black folks, and for some reason, 2 of them just can't stop cutting other people off the entire time.
I haven't been cutting off everybody. That's a mischaracterization, but I'll go ahead and highlight it.
Perception, but you guys are not improving it in this outing.
Okay, I'll go ahead and highlight it. So that's not what happened.
Patiently waiting because it's the right.
I got you. So you're gonna let her in with the straw man of my point. That's what you're saying.
Honestly, you guys have been repeating the same points for like 10 minutes. Nobody cares.
That hasn't been what's happening.
Yes.
It kind of has been, yeah.
That is what's happening.
It has been, Fanatiq. Okay.
Only when I'm getting cut off nonstop, so I don't even get to finish a point.
Oh, okay, all right.
You made that point already, Baldy.
Okay.
Stop the name calling, please.
All right, listen. I'm gonna go ahead and check on out anyway. This is why I hate panels in the first place. But what I will say on my exit, I got you. What I'm gonna say on my exit is, I know. Oh my God, let it go. Let me finish on my exit. So what I will say, number one, absolutely. What you will do, if you want that conversation that you said that you want a tree of logic, give me my money. You owe me. I'll go ahead and put up the video.
I know,
promise that you would pay, so you need to go ahead and pay that. Number one. Number two. You do. You agreed to it. I got you. Give me my money. Number two. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just mute you.
Because you must sit up here and lie.
Okay, you owe me. You owe me money, and you know it. You made a bet. You were proven wrong. You owe me money. I never ran from a debate with nobody. You just are irrelevant. Secondly,
wait, hold on.
All right, so can't live.
Chill. Stop. Hold on. Stop. No. Hold on. Wait. Real talk. I am not. Stop.
My money.
Stop.
Nigga, this ain't the fuck you think this is.
No. Chill, all of you. Hold on. I'm muting Fanatiq and Tree for 1 second. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm unmuting both of you. Okay, please. I do not want to have a panel of 6 black people talking about important black issues, screaming at each other about how they owe each other money, okay? We're not doing this. We're not doing this right now, okay?
Good point.
All right?
And then lastly, what I will say. It seems like what I've encountered within the divestor community.
Wait, why are you doing it? I thought we were done. I thought you were leaving.
I said I was leaving. I wanted to give my. I had 2 points.
You're not leaving. You're giving a fucking diatribe right now.
Yeah, you're right. I'm exiting with 2 points, and I'm going to finish the last point.
I'm putting on a timer.
I got you. Give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and I'll be done. All right, sure. You can tell me. You're right, Al, but you're trying to tell me how long I got. So anyway, the other point is, what I'm seeing, what it seems like I'm encountering when it comes to the divestor community, it seems like there's a bunch of grudges and things like that, and internalized hatred, right? And it's something.
Let him finish, Anna.
I'm gonna have to just mute her so that for my own soundbite, so I can have that. All right. So what it seems like to me is very frequently this internalized racism or internalized self-hatred. It seems to be really prevalent within that community. That's something that I personally battled with. It was a very, very difficult thing for me to encounter and recognize how much I had been convinced into the belief that white women were superior, or not superior, but white women were like heavily whatever and so on and so forth. And I had been demonizing the image of black women. And I feel like that's common because of the way that the media represents us and things like that. So with that being said, I think that very frequently, when you start hearing about the problems that have led to, I'm going to mute her too. When you start looking at
who's doing this?
Yeah. When you start looking at the problems that actually look for her, I'm not sure if any of these things are true, but what I've heard is specifically about single motherhood and things like that, and how that typically leads towards this divestor community. So it seems like the same way Justin Peterson looks at his personal bruises and then projects that onto everybody else. That's what you're doing, Anna. I wish you could have some decency and have a real conversation. We probably do be in a better place, but good luck to you. I hope you actually find your king. Okay.
We came full circle.
Destiny,
right.
we came full
No,
circle.
no, not
I'm seeing that there's still an
Full
extremely
circle.
high divorce
Okay.
rate for
Anna,
black
why are you acting like you're
men.
just baby, just screaming stuff?
my
Can you
God.
just stop? Jesus, fuck.
I
Chill.
posted-
I have
realize
another
that I've
question
resigned
for you.
myself already to this conversation. You think this is I am taking
Okay,
this
then just
seriously?
mute yourself. Stop talking then. Why are you just interrupting
Okay,
everybody else's
I know,
time?
I'm gonna keep talking because this is a fucking joke.
Anna,
You're
Can
a
I
grown ass
ask another
woman yelling over
question?
people on a conversation you're saying you're resigning yourself from. You're acting like a toddler. Stop.
That's what toddlers do.
And
They
I would
don't
like-
Yeah,
enjoy
black men
self-control.
truly can't handle themselves. Anna's showing us that.
Abba, can I ask another question in reference to? Okay, so
Yes,
Anna,
go
I'm
ahead.
coming to you, good faith. So I'm coming to you, good faith. Okay, so here's a question. So I want to come to a compromise here, right? So if you agree that black men have the highest divorce rate, no matter who they marry, and then we understand based on statistics that white women have more successful rate with outsider races, why not just try to get black women to date other races and not be so loyal to men, according to you, that don't want them?
You know why I can't do that? You know why it's difficult to do?
Tell
I'll
us.
tell you why. Because
Why?
of
I'm sorry, I was
women like
going on.
you who come on here and say black women, you're choosing these men, black women. You're having these children, black. That's why it's so difficult.
But
so
that's
if
where's the
problem
lie?
Hold on, wait. I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to answer your question.
Christ.
Because even if I can say, hey, black women, that is the solution, you still have an overwhelming majority of black men and women who are saying you are the reason that this is happening to you, rather than putting the responsibility at the feet of black men where it truly needs to be. That is the reason that black women simply will not date outside their race, because the problem is them. What do women do, generally speaking? They internalize, okay, I'm the problem. I need to get my education. Let me make money. But women are going to try to better themselves and do what they need to do. Because if the problem is them, then that's the solution in the minds of most people, right? If I'm the problem, I need to do the work. Because of people like you coming up here and with those sentiments, that is the reason that me saying to black women, don't date these bandits. Don't date these men who are good at pipe but fucking terrible husbands, because that's the reason. Do you understand?
Hey.
Okay, let me know when I can. Let me know when I can enter my rebuttal.
After you acknowledge that we're good at pipe, you can go for it.
Oh my.
Okay. So here's the deal. I hold myself accountable for all the decisions that I make. I don't blame the white man, I don't blame Jews, and I don't blame black men. Okay. I made the decisions, all right? So if I consider myself responsible for all the actions I make, I want the best in other people. So what I expect for myself, I expect for other women, especially black women. So I'm never going to let black women get away from being accountable. Second of all, you deflected a way of me saying, why not just get black women to choose other races? You went and said, well, because of women like me convincing them that it's their fault. What that has to do with them saying, hey, maybe I can find the same characteristics, the same thing I like that I normally like in black men, I can find in white men. Because if you just say, well, white men are into what black men are into, honey, there's a lot of wiggers out there, so that's not true. And you can also find some Puerto Ricans. You can also find some Asians. You can find a lot of other races of men who would love this. And one last point. Well, I'm not going to stack. Go ahead and address that, and then I want to make my last point. Go on this whole thing. Go ahead.
So what you're saying, why don't you just convince black women that other groups of men, other races of men have these characteristics? Again, if black men if they're not being held responsible and they are not being accountable, then they're not the ones who have bad characteristics. It's the black women choosing them. Because are you like missing what I'm saying? Here's the thing about accountability. When people say, I will always hold black women's feet to the fire to make sure that they're being accountable. If black women are getting educated way more than black men, you don't think that education and what we know about the implications in socioeconomics, you don't think that's accountability? You don't think when these black men are deserting their children and the families and the communities, and these women who also have the choice to leave are taking care of these kids and doing the best that they can, you don't think that's accountability? That is the definition of accountability. They're staying, they're raising them, they're in the communities. The ones who leave,
they don't even know how to spell accountability. So we need to get away from the idea. We need to get away from the idea that it's black women black women have been holding their feet to the fire for millennia. They've been holding up these communities forever. They've been raising children on their own forever. That is the reason. It's people like you and bandits like Baldy who come up here and say, no. You're picking them. You're laying with them. Something must be wrong with you. You need to choose better. That is the reason. Do you not understand?
Okay. No, you don't understand, because the fact is
I
interrupted you. I didn't interrupt you.
Let Trey go. Let Trey go. Okay.
Okay. Now, here's the deal. Let me just show the audience the difference between me and you. Because I hold myself accountable, I hold other people accountable, including black women. Okay? You don't hold yourself accountable. That's why you blame black man, because the black man who fucked you up and left you with your child didn't basically do you right. And that's why your ass is not basically holding accountable for the fucking man you chose to fucking have a baby by, and you a single mother because of it. So your anger is basically diverted by everybody because you're mad at the black man because you didn't choose a black man. That's what that is. You're just reflecting.
That's unfair. It's unfair because you don't know her circumstances.
Okay, yeah.
So let's just bring it.
Come full fucking circle. It's bitches like you.
She want to attack me. I can attack her back. Black women like you. Black women like you.
All right.
It's mammies like you. You can be these niggas mammies. I will not be.
Baby.
Hey,
but
listen,
guess what? I'm a married mammy.
Wait, hold on. I gotta, hold on. I'm bringing in control. Okay, hold on. Anna and Tree, let's just, hold on. I'm so sorry. I know you're both probably screaming right now. Hold on. Let's just deep breath. Okay. I hate muting people because I'm not trying to be like your dads or anything. Okay. I'm unmuting both of you. Let's just turn it down on the personal attacks. Okay.
Women.
Stop. No, just chill. Because if we get like personal, it's just gonna get really ugly, and then everybody looks bad. Nobody comes away feeling good from the conversation.
Right, but Destiny, did I get personal with her?
Well, no, she did first. Tree,
don't do that.
No, you did. You basically.
What did I say?
Hold on. You basically said that she was some kind of man.
Basically, what did I actually fucking say?
You called her a mammy.
She disrespected me. Are you fucking off? What's wrong with you?
Hold on. And then you was like, it's women like you who are coming in here defending black men. What you mean by women like me? You're gonna call me a goddamn mammy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that is true. Okay, hold on. That is true. Anna, you did kind of call her mammy. That is true.
I called her mammy after she assumed that some fucking nigga broke my fucking heart and I'm a single mom. Bitch, kill yourself. You don't know
okay. Desi,
Where's the lie? Where's the fucking lie? See, I got you now because you're really mad. Whenever you try to tell me to kill myself, I got you. Your feelings hurt. She got my heart. She got me.
Yo, Steven, I'm bringing Luke your dog.
I don't know if that's a...
That's the thing. That's the thing.
I'm kidding.
You want to sit up here and say, it's women like me who want to sit here and talk this shit about fucking goddamn not holding goddamn men accountable. I'm sure it's women like you who fucking goddamn assault like you. But you want to sit up here and hold all black men.
Okay, hold on. Everybody is gonna take a break. Okay, we're just gonna chill.
Okay, I need y'all to let a king speak for a little bit. I know you guys have been going at it, and that's dope.
Wow, silencing women.
I know, but the king, that's what his job is.
No, let's just chill. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna.
How do you come back?
What? No. Hold on. We can do this. Okay, hold on. I got 30 minutes, and then I gotta talk to a boring old Australian professor. Okay, so we need to ease into that convo. So we need to slow down here. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna unmute both of you, and I'm gonna ask Tree a couple questions. Then I'm gonna ask Anna a couple questions, and then we'll see what we can do from there. Okay, I'm unmuting both of you because I don't want to keep one of you muted like you're on timeout because you guys are both adults, and I know that both of you are capable of being chill, calm, respectful people. Okay.
Play the video. I have to go. I can't engage anymore. Can you just play the video?
Okay, I'm not gonna hold on. I'm not stopping the conversation to play fucking video when there are 9 people here that have things they want to input on. Okay, we can watch the video later.
But it has to do with the conversation. It's 3 minutes long. It's not.
I understand, Anna. I don't need to watch a video you've watched when you can just tell me what's in the video though, right now, right, for this conversation. Okay. Well, I'll watch it later on stream. I'll watch it later on stream.
But this is not about what I know. I know what I know.
I want to watch
I'm
it. Watch it.
Okay, we will. Okay,
and
and
asked you earlier as well.
I don't care. Lab does not run my stream. You can watch it on her stream. Okay. But I just right now we're having a conversation. I don't want to pause it.
Okay, well I can engage.
You can engage. You are not done. You can engage. I know you can do this. Okay.
No, you can. I'll engage, but you need to play the video because that is this argument.
Okay, let's just.
I'm
Okay,
guessing
here.
this man's stream.
Wait. Chill. I got it. Okay, Massa Tree, please let me handle this one. Okay, I got this. Thank you, goddess. Okay, Anna. Okay, in a few words, Anna. It seems like can there not be a meeting of the minds in the middle where Tree agrees that there are problems with black men, but Tree is saying that like you're saying it's stupid for black men to ask white people for help. Tree's saying it's stupid for black women to ask black men to just be better. So insofar as we can criticize black men, and when I say we, I mean the black female community, whatever, and I'm Destiny, so I can say that, right? Insofar as we can criticize, insofar as wait, Chozo, let me finish. We can criticize black men, that's fine, and I bet Tree would be right there with you. I'm sure she would, because I bet she's had her own experiences. She would also say black women also have the ability, if they can take care of kids, if they can go to school, if they can rise above and outperform the system, they can also make better choices, literally just that, when it comes to who they let sleep with them. Is that not like, can you guys not meet on that area and have some agreement, or?
Hey, first of all, you're lying. She didn't say one thing about black men.
Hold on, wait, let me stop you right there. Hold on, I haven't talked for an hour, okay? Tree, if I ask you, do you think that black men could do better in general?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you do agree. Okay, so Tree said that, Anna, so I'm coming back to you. Tree does think that black men could do better. Okay, so go ahead.
Dynamite. That's dynamite.
Sure. Well, but she's not going to come in here saying, I think black men could do better, when her main contention is with you shitting on all black men, right?
I don't care. Like, you don't exist in my world. You can't have contention with me.
No. Hold on. Wait. Let's be clear. Let's be clear for a moment. You're in my world right now, okay? So that's the world that I exist in. That's the world that you're a part of, and that's what Tree's a part of, and that's what everyone listening.
I'm not going to engage. So you can boot me out. I'm not going to engage.
I don't want to boot you out, and I want you do want to engage because you're here talking. Obviously, you want to engage, right?
I'm here to play the video. I'm
not here to play video. It's not fucking nap time, okay? I'm not here for you to tell me what video I need to play on my stream, okay? It's not a kindergarten classroom, okay? No, just
okay.
I'm just asking.
No. I think Anna should go. I think she needs a break because honestly, this productive conversation hasn't been productive for her, and she's not used to these spaces. It's not abnormal, Steve. So you gotta just let her go and let her have the time, and then you can have another conversation with her when things calm down. But right now, she's been badgered by a bunch of people. It's been going on for hours. It's not going to all of a sudden turn around.
Sure, I'm not asking for it to turn around. I'm just saying if there could be just everybody understands each other, that we can have some kind of like casual meeting. If you don't want to finish the convo now, if you want to leave, it doesn't sound like she's saying I'm genuinely checked out. It sounds like she's just like throwing a temper tantrum and saying like fuck this. But like if you genuinely want to back out or whatever, that's fine. You can do that. But okay, Tree, I'll ask you.
Did you say I'm throwing a temper tantrum?
Yes, I said temper tantrum. Yes, that's what I said. That's what I said. Okay, Tree. You agree that, well, you already agreed. I feel like everyone in here agrees, broadly speaking. Goodbye, Anna. Yeah. How was that, Tree? Did you enjoy yourself?
Oh, God. Thank fucking God.
I got to explain something. Here's the deal. My point, I wanted to say this.
Yeah.
When you sit up here and say, this woman, she has the thing about it is that I want to show everybody that you are what you project. You are what you, like when I had a problem with Destiny, being friends with somebody I didn't fucking like, right? That had nothing to do with him. It had everything to do with fucking me. It's always about you. It has nothing to do with the fuck everybody else. So if I'm sitting here saying fuck all black men, okay, actually, here's something, I'll fucking goddamn snitch on myself. If I have a problem with the black community as a whole, and not say, well, I have a problem with this black community, I have a fucking problem with myself growing up in the black community, okay? So the thing about it is you have to be mature enough to look at yourself and say, yeah, you know what? Let me do some self-reflection. How much of this is basically projection and how much of this is really a genuine problem?
Sure, but Tree, you got to understand that when you're stepping inside her bubble and saying, actually, I'm going to invalidate every single thing you say and just say that you're mad because a black guy fucked you over, that it's basically you're completely invalidating her entire perspective, right?
True.
When she attacks me and say that the only reason I am fucking goddamn agreeing with black men because I'm a pick me, then baby, I'm going to go lower.
Okay, if that's how you interpret it, that's how you interpret it, that's fair.
When you start attacking me, Yeah, when you start attacking me, baby, I'm good at that game. I'll come at your ass real quick, and that's why she bitched me. That's why she fucking left. That's why she left. Because I'm like, oh, if you want to fucking strike me, I will fucking strike you back, and you won't like it. That's why she's gone. Because once I hit you, your fucking ass is out. TKO, baby. You can't even fucking survive. She's gonna have to goddamn go to the hospital for that verbal ass whipping I just gave her.
Pxie was probably the most charitable to her at different points when you asked her the questions about like, okay, can you name 3 positive things about black men and 3 negative things?
I was trying to be nice to her.
Like gloves came off.
I think
I was the most charitable. Let's be honest.
I think
can't deny that
Hold
one.
on, the empath wants to talk. Empath, go ahead.
I think you were the most charitable. I think that you guys like really like that was so. First of all, she was on the offensive because it was like 5 of you against 1. I don't know how you think that that's going to turn out like any other way, and she held her own like a fucking boss.
Stop! No, wrong. You need to learn this lab for your own self. You can't walk into environments and act entirely fucking hostile and then turn around like, I don't know why it's 1v3.
Tell him to fucking shut up, Lav. He's talking. You shut the fuck up.
No, whoa, chill. Tree, I don't need you to tell anybody to shut the fuck up. This is my room. I'm okay. I don't need you to babysit me. Tree, listen, Tree, hold on. You might be, okay, 2 feet taller than me, okay? But I don't need you to run my Discord. Thank you, okay?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, let the men talk, Tree. Let the men
Stop!
Yes, okay, I will let the men
I brought the women on to end the misogyny, and now you guys have turned this into racist and misogynistic, okay?
That's what you get for being a traitor, Destiny. What you deserve.
I am pro-misogyny, actually. I'm off
I really do get that read.
No, Trey, I want to ask you, how do you feel about white women?
No, you don't answer that question, please. I'm asking you as a friend.
I know.
Okay.
That's a trap.
So hold on, I just want to respond real quick. I'm just saying to Lav, she was on the defense a lot by a lot of other people, but she's extremely aggressive the entire time. Even when it was just one-on-one, even when it's 1-on-2, she's extremely aggressive. That's why she's getting the energy back. It's not just because of 5v1.
That's why she left. I'm saying she was exhausted. She exhausted herself and she was exhausted.
Okay, that's not what you said initially, but okay.
Like, how am I supposed to respond generally as a person when somebody calls me a reprobate, a degenerate, and that because my black dad had sex with my white mom, I shouldn't exist? How am I supposed to respond to that?
Yeah, I mean,
am I supposed to respond calmly?
She's obviously overcorrecting. Like she's completely. I think we all agree that she's completely overcorrecting.
Yeah. So when you say that like all of us are hostile to her, how the fuck are we supposed to respond, Lab?
Well, no. I think that you could. Well, first of all, I think that Abba was doing a really good job at responding. I think that when everyone piles on her, like, what do you want to put more fire on fire? Like, she gets it. She gets that you guys are against her.
That's not what they want her to get. They want her to understand the point.
Hold on. First,
I wasn't to change.
No, and then there's like Erin making snappy comments. There's a Tree saying that she like was like unmarried and a single mother, and then like,
that came way later.
Get the facts right, bitch. Okay, I didn't say that to the end. Okay, that's when I fucking said it. I didn't say that in the beginning. Okay, all right.
You need to learn how to control yourself.
Okay, make me. That's what I thought. Shut up.
It's not my job.
This is the thing I want y'all to understand. You got these women need to stop fucking acting like they're goddamn babies. If you're going to get in the ring with a goddamn man, then put your fucking pants on and goddamn get ready to piss standing up. I'm not going to sit here. I'm a woman. Please take me. Please be charitable to me. Please don't be so mean to me. I'm a woman. Listen, if you want to be treated like a woman, go into all women's spaces. But if you're going to go into a space with a fucking man, especially men with testosterone, be ready to fucking fight like a goddamn man.
It wasn't to change her mind. It wasn't to change her mind.
Sorry, what was it?
I don't think she. No, I don't think she's going to change her mind. But I think that you guys should have talked about, because for the whole time it felt like you guys agreed with everything that the other was saying. You just had a little more extreme position.
No.
Shut the fuck up.
Were you even listening?
No. Yes, the same prescriptions, because I'm in the same spaces that she is. I'm in the same feminist spaces that she's in. I watch the same fucking videos. I know what the prescriptions are.
I
know. I know that, but I'm saying where her feminism starts starts and stops, I understand it. I understand what the prescriptions are. And because you get so caught up in the fact that she's very bombastic, because obviously she is.
Oh my god. No, Tree is bombastic.
Bombastic.
Yelled for like 4
I think
hours
every
straight.
feminist theory professor has used the word
she
bombastic to describe black
the whole
folks.
time she was saying the whole time, this is what I got from her. And if you guys didn't get this from her, then that's your thing. But I got this from her. She thinks that she wants to wake up black women to take some essence to take some essence of personal responsibility in the mates that they choose, because obviously it affects their life and their children. But she's really sick of black men trying to put all the accountability on black women, which is what happens. The Kevin Samuels of the world, the Steve Harveys of the world, they literally do that, and she's sick.
So here's the question. But
she thinks that there's accountability for everyone.
Okay.
She thinks
we agree. You're just restating what you just said. You don't need to speak more. Okay, so here's the question.
God, Steve,
every single person in here agrees with what you just said. So why is everybody fighting with her?
Because she thinks that same thing. You guys just get caught up in trying to get like an own, or like trying to make
no.
her look
You're
as
just you're
stupid as
totally
possible.
okay. All right.
No,
I'm not trying to own her.
Then
Yeah, nobody.
How did I get that? How did I get that then?
Because you're being hyper charitable to her because she has the same ideology as you.
That's why.
Yeah.
It's because you guys are ideologically aligned. So you're being the ultra charitable person to her, and then you're not hearing what anybody else is saying.
No, I do hear what you guys are saying also. That's obviously true. I think that obviously a lot of what has to do, I mean, I don't like the whole like you guys are victims thing. Like obviously black men to some degree like are victims. They can only rise above so much, right?
Sure.
And obviously they're trying. Obviously, but it's just, I mean, she's obviously coming from a very emotional place, and I think that she should be able to be emotional, and you guys should.
It's not a matter of just her being emotional, though, right? The type of rhetoric that she is espousing. Dude, I had like the 1,000-man march, okay, in my fucking subreddit last night from black guys that were like, holy shit, this is like the worst fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. A lot of what she says comes off as incredibly antagonistic and more than a little bit vitriolic. And geez, when she's like echoing points that's like akin to like abort all black babies or abort all black male babies, that is like a pretty hyperbolic position to take, even if you're just doing it rhetorically.
Which is, yeah, I think that when Fanatiq came in and was like, or who was it Fanatiq or who was the person who said that it was like it was a direct response to the Kevin Samuels? Like you guys really should have brought that home. Like talked way more about that. You guys like tried to catch each other in all these fucking statistics, and you guys had the same fucking prescriptions that everyone should take accountability. It was fucking stupid.
No.
I never said that. Can I just say that both you and Anna said that you're interested in centering the voices and perspectives of black women, but then AJB came in here and was disagreeing with Anna, and then
we're gonna do it again. We're gonna loop.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna loop.
Still doing it, lab.
Yeah, because black people are not a monolith. There are lots of different. There's tons of ideological diversity.
I'm never ever going to say that black people are a fucking monolith.
Then why are you saying
you didn't have to, based on the fact that you didn't let her talk? Tells everybody that you obviously don't think that her perspective.
I didn't let who talk.
AJB.
I like this straighterade girl. She cool as hell.
No, hold on. She's not. Tree. She's not. Chill.
That's what she's a communist.
Tree. She's a communist.
Who the fuck didn't I let talk? I stayed.
Okay, here's the issue. This is what. I'm just gonna use. Okay, real quick. This is what it. We might have all misheard, but this is what it felt like. Okay, when Anna was in here shitting on all black men, saying that all black men ain't shit. That was her personal lived experience, and it was important to make space for that because as a female black woman, she had the right to say that. But then when Jay came in and she was like, hey, I see a lot of black men that are actually great. It's like, I need the stats. You're in an overprivileged community. Well, statistically speaking, it might not be that the people that are coming to a physician are the same type statistically that are going to be, like, it got hyper specific.
Because she was saying that Anna's experience was completely wrong.
No, she was saying that Jay had a different experience.
And that's fine. She can have that space, but she can do that without invalidating Anna's experience.
But they have opposite experiences. How can they both have them without being somewhat invalidating? Of course.
Right.
No, it's not invalidated. It's not that you could have. No, that's
okay.
No.
So since we've kind of lost the plot a little bit, and we only have a little bit of time, we spent so much time talking about the black community's problem. Tree, while you're here, I want to ask you, how do you feel about white women?
Oh my god.
Well, as a white feminist who's interjected, no, it's not. We had Lav here, a white feminist who's interjected a lot, and so we want to be able to speak about the white community a little bit. So, Tree, how do you feel about white women?
I've interjected.
Well, I don't view all white women the same. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a particular white woman in here I don't really like, and I just met her bitch ass. So there's that. So there's some white women I fucking love. There's some white women I can't stand, and there's some white women who are really good women, and they are looking out for the greater good of humanity. So everybody's just different. You know, you can't judge
There's a lot of
somebody based
individuals
upon
out here.
So true.
Okay, let's talk about the ones you hate, though. I want to get to that. Why is there something that you really hate?
Abba, you're a demon.
What? Ask that question again. Hold on, because it could be too broad. Probably want to.
It's not too broad. I feel like, you know, maybe you got a bit of a beef with some liberal white women out here, so I want to ask you why that is.
Oh, absolutely. I don't like the liberal white women who sit up here and try to silence me and tell me what the fuck I think and what the fuck I say, because as a black woman, I'm not capable of articulating my words correctly. So they have to inject their whiteness into my bullshit and say, let me speak on behalf of you, darky, because you can't speak the good English. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. I can't stand those kind of white women.
Are they in the room with us right now?
Absolutely. I see like 2-3 of their usernames. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I appreciate you, you know, just being able to share that. I thought I was going crazy in this space, so thank you, Queen. Appreciate it.
Basically,
she's back.
Anna's back.
Oh my God.
Anna, do you have anything you want to say about white women, Anna?
Steven, Abba, shut up. Steven.
Whoa! I thought I had good stocks with you.
First of all,
Hello.
You do.
She doesn't like anybody. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If you're gonna talk about me, please make sure you're not lying.
What did I lie about?
Make sure. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you.
Tell me.
When I came in here initially, I actually told you in real time, in my real fucking world, I don't have these problems. Did I say that or did I not say that?
I don't even know what this is about. Have blood problems.
No. Time out. The first time that I came on your stream and I said, yo, listen, in real life, in real time, I have black men that are friends.
Oh yeah, you said that. You did say that. Yes, you did say that.
Okay, right.
Yes.
So I said that this doesn't affect me in real time, in real life. Did I say that?
You did say that. Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm talking to Steven Abba. I don't need your ad-libs. Shut the hell up.
I'm sorry. The Migos passed, so I'm just paying tribute.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is, you're lying and you're saying Annalicia came up here and she has all of this anger and this vitriol based on her personal experience. That's a fucking lie.
No, hold on. I didn't say that. I just said that the way that you speak.
Stop.
Oh my God.
Stop.
Let her have your platform, Steven. Let her have your platform.
I'm sorry. Go. Yes. Go. Let her speak. Go ahead.
What I said to you was, when I have these conversations with black men, this is what happens. And this is the energy that I have because I don't give a fuck. I'm not representing black women. I don't give a fuck about how I look, sound. I don't care how you think I feel. I told you that there is a clear difference from my real world and the experience I have with black men and the experiences that I have when I'm having these conversations online with black men. That is the difference. So for you to say, oh, she's hurt, and that's why she comes on here and she should have the space.
I never said that. That was what Lav said. Hold on. I didn't.
So that's what you said.
I said that you were hurt. I don't talk to your personal state. I'm just talking about how you've made black members of my community feel. That's what I'm concerned about. I don't care about your emotional state. That's not my interest. That's not my purview.
If you don't care about my emotional state, don't speak to
Okay,
me.
listen, if I don't, did I, hold on, I'm sorry, did I?
Yeah, you did. Yes, you
Abba, did I?
No. I think you're missing. It's actually, I was the one who said that, and I think Steven was speaking at the same time, so you might have heard, but I'm the one who said that.
Yeah, okay, listen, you can, listen. Wait,
I said it, so it's my bad. My apologies.
Wait. I know what the fuck, and this is a problem. I know what the fuck you said. And the problem that I have is you're fucking lying. Because here's what it does.
Wait, what did I say?
Wait. This is the problem.
No, hold on, wait. This is the problem. Tell me what I said.
What you're doing, you're dismissing the black women, the collective, who are really dealing with this issue in real time. When you say, oh, they come up here and they're hurt and this is why they talk the way that they speak.
No, I didn't say that. That's some Lav shit, bro. I'm not.
No, that's me. That was me.
Or that was Abba. That was Abba. I don't do that shit.
My bad. You know why? I'll explain why I said it. The reason why I said that is because I know you said you don't deal with this online in your real life, but I just felt like the energy you were coming to it online. It must come from it.
It comes from this conversation and conversations like these.
Well, why would you be so upset about online conversations if they don't affect you in real life? Like, I would never get mad about shit online if it didn't have some kind of implication in my real life. The only reason you'd come so charged to these conversations is because there's some real life implication to them, right? Like, if I talk to a vegan,
for you then. So
Yes, yeah. I'm affected by it too. Hold up, I get sad. Hold up, I get sad too. You know, I feel it in my heart.
Abba, you're deviating from my point. I don't give a fuck about what you think, Abba. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I just want you to know what I feel, and I feel what you feel.
What I am saying is, do not tell me why my talking points are as vitriolic as they are. Do not tell me or try to fucking tell the world that they create space for people who have been hurt. If you do not know who the fuck they are, what the fuck, if they haven't come up here to say to you, hey, this is what I've been through. Hey, this is what happened. This is why I'm so angry. I'm having this conversation and I'm having it in the way that I'm having it because this is what happens every single time. I've been in this space, I've been having these conversations, and this is what happens. When I log off, I log the fuck off. But when I'm plugged in and I'm online, best believe I'm fucking online. Stop trying to ascribe and stop trying to create sorts of fucking intent. Like, oh no, she's hurt. Create space for her. I get it. This is what happens. That's what you did, Steven. And you hurt.
No, I did not do that shit.
It was me.
I don't care about creating space for you motherfuckers, okay? That's not my purview. I don't care. That's not what I'm here for.
Right, but that's what you said. So I'm
I said it.
I might have been paraphrasing. I might have been. I'm not. Don't call me a fucking liar, dude. The whole stream is here for the whole world to see.
I was lying. Okay. I said Steven said it.
Okay, listen. Hold on. The whole world is here. I might be misunderstanding, but why the fuck would I lie about something that 10,000 people are watching? I'm not lying. Okay. If I said it, I misspoke, or you misheard me. Okay. But I'm not here to.
So what do you think you said?
First of all, as soon as you left, I literally pushed back on Tree trying to invalidate what you were saying.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when Lab was saying everyone's agreeing and whatever Lab was saying and your response to her was, Lab, that's not the issue. And obviously the way she's talking, the things she's saying, it's obviously coming from a place of hurt and her own personal life experiences. That's what the fuck you said.
No, bro, what? You're either gaslighting me or one of us is severely misremembering because I wouldn't say shit like that.
Guys, I said it. It was me.
Yo, Abba.
Did I say this?
He's white. Don't cop a plea for this white man.
Hold on, chill. Don't refer to me that way. What the fuck?
No. Tree's the mammy, and I be the pappy. You know what I mean? We all got our roles to play. But all this is
Steven, this is what I'm saying. You're Mr.
This is some wild shit, man.
Hold on, Steven. This is what I'm going to say to you.
Okay, say your shit. Tree, we don't just.
Went from being called an Uncle Todd like a few hours ago to now you're like a racist.
That's good. I am racist. I do hate black people. What is it, Anna? Go. Oh, go ahead.
Ethical, right? So, and you're acutely worried about your influence and the effect of the things that are said on your panel. What effect it may give or it may have on your audience, right? Have you said?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay. So when black women come up here and they talk about something that's happening in the black community, and you try to all of that related to, it's their personal experience, and that's why they sound like that. That's why they're coming up, they're acting like this. That's why they.
Anna.
Hold on. You're doing women and the black.
Anna. Hold on. First thing. Okay, 8 minutes left. Okay, Anna. You are not black women. Do you understand that? You are a black woman. You are a black woman with a black woman's perspective. Jay over here has the complete opposite perspective, and Tree has a different perspective, probably than both of you. Okay, so I'm not trying to invalidate anybody's experience, but I'm just saying you can't just come up here and say that because I'm a black woman, I speak for all black women. I've got a ton of different. I've got black women posting in my subreddit, sending me emails. There's all sorts of people.
Whoa, man.
That is not what I said, Steven.
Okay, I guess nobody can understand you except for Lab, who also is not understandable by anybody. So maybe it's just maybe there's just a divide.
This is so fucking stupid. I hate this. Like, no, this is so fucking stupid. It's like you guys.
Nobody understand that shit.
Anna has the statistics. She's completely been coherent this whole fucking time, and you cannot cope with it. You cannot engage with it, and so you have to discredit her.
Anna did not engage. No.
Look at her white explaining on Anna's behalf.
Stop. No. Stop. There is no white explaining. Stop. It's not. Stop.
The white woman telling
it's
a black
not.
woman how she
Hold on. It's not white explaining. It's loud explaining. She's not doing it from a. It's stop. Don't do that. Okay. Because I'm white explaining too. Technically. Okay. We're all
Yeah, but we like it when you do.
we're all people of different colors and creeds in here. Okay.
You're a man, and Tree loves men.
Damn right. A man is supposed to lead. So we sit here and be behind them. Okay, that's how that shit
You
works.
can stay in the sunken place. I love that for you. You can be led by a man. Do your thing.
Wait,
do
is
your
that
thing.
from the
Let's see how
movie?
it
Is that
turns
from the
out.
movie?
Oh, God.
Tony, trust me. Don't you
wait a
ever
minute,
worry about that.
Oh
Okay.
my God. It's just.
You know what? Before I go live, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So you just heard the mammy say that men are the leaders.
Pappy. I'm a pappy.
You just heard her say,
talking about
you know,
Tree.
men are the leaders, and you kind of have, you know,
I'm
you
the
just follow
mammy.
them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So why?
Yes, sir. Stop, please stop.
Men are the leaders in all these communities. Why the fuck why just talk about the failures of black men if they're the leader?
Because she's.
no.
I mean,
she's
it
a
makes
traitor.
she's a pygmy.
Not the big
No,
old
she's a
mammy.
pygmy.
She's a pygmy.
I'm a
Whoa,
pygmy
whoa.
pancake
A
cooking ass
pygmy.
and goddamn big ass
That's the
mammy.
African tribe.
Get her
Pygmies
face.
are African. Yo, you are wilding, lad. Did you just call him some African tribe for no reason?
Oh my! Do not fucking do this.
She called you a
Kill
pygmy.
myself. I am on a ledge right now. I will jump.
Wing low, swing chair.
I'm pretty sure pygmies are like from.
Okay. Okay, chill. Stop.
Do not.
Everybody needs to calm down. Okay. Jesus.
Okay, no, I'm calm. I'm good. But I'm
You're getting
saying
tribal.
this is your platform.
I understand.
Do
Okay.
not.
It's gonna take a lot of Black Panther movie viewings to undo the fucking racism from this fucking panel that on my community today. Okay. Just everybody needs to calm the fuck down. Jesus.
Platform, not yours.
But I want you to make sure that you don't do, because you're Mr. Ethical, Mr. Empath, and blah blah blah, right? That's you. That's your purview.
That's me.
According to you.
Amen. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So if women or men come up here and maybe you don't like, maybe their cadence is a little bit whatever. You don't
It's
like
not the cadence. It was the racism. But go ahead.
Right. No, right. But again, if I have already conceded that black men are not inherently or biologically defective, then I am not. How the fuck am I racist?
I understand.
It doesn't require.
Anna.
You're not. It's a strong.
Wait,
It's a,
no,
you're not.
they
You're not.
absolutely
It's a
are.
strong.
It's not even a race.
And don't even let them fucking bring you here.
Okay, so just to be clear, there is. Okay, just to be clear, because if we're keeping score,
The nation is wrong.
if we're real quick, if we're keeping score, so the one white woman says you're not racist, but the 4 black people here say that you sound kind of racist. I just wanted the record to show that.
Aaron, the black.
I didn't graduate from high school.
That they're all involved, right? 70% of them. The numbers say they're not fucking around. So one of you guys want to say, "Oh no, they're not involved," right?
Okay.
Lab, he was talking about Tree and TJ and Abba saying
okay.
that she's racist.
Yeah.
Let's do our. Okay, guys. I gotta take off. Can we?
Thank you.
Listen, I would love to carry this on this conversation tomorrow. If anybody wants to jump on and chat, but we're all gonna.
Please stop,
No,
Steven.
don't go, Master.
Please.
Mammy needs it. Don't go, Master. Mammy
Don't do
needs
this
it.
again.
Master, don't go, please.
Tree, don't forget that last.
Do not do this again
Hold
tomorrow.
up, guys. Okay, let me just end this on a
Jesus
positive note. I think
Christ.
there is space for this conversation to be had in productive ways. I think we had moments and periods where it seemed to be going that way. I think it just fell off the rails. I think one is,
And it fucking
even though
exploded.
hold up, lad. I think unfortunately because Anna was going up against other folks, and obviously this is a really charged topic, and she's pretty much going against multiple people by herself. It kind of became overwhelming. Also, she's probably not used to the space, so it's already a lot less aware. So if you are to host this discussion in the future, Stephen, have other people who maybe side with her or other folks who can represent that position to be able to share that point. But yeah,
That's
I think
a good idea,
otherwise,
Yeah, I got you. I mean, like, I understand a lot of what she's saying, but my community fucking had an uproar yesterday or the day before, whenever she was on. So yeah. But this obviously isn't a good format either, where it's like 25 against like her and Lev. Yeah,
I will say one thing that is good.
What?
I think one thing that is good is that I think now people are realizing how common this mindset is. It's not this abnormal thing. I know you, Stephen, were kind of surprised to hear there's popular channels like this, but there really are. And this is.
I didn't know they were on YouTube, but I have heard from black women personally about stuff like this, but that was one of the reasons why I wanted her on, because I think that when she came on, a lot of race relation shit is viewed through this progressive lens where the only racist people are white people and everybody else is on some kumbaya shit. So when she comes on, people are like, oh my god, this might be like a black Nazi. And I don't think very many progressives or people in the online community realize there are a lot of black women with these types of opinions. And I think it's interesting to have, like, this is what I said earlier, it's a more productive and interesting and informative conversation than the 50th conversation of like, can we rap the N-word or some other stupid shit that we talk about whenever black people panel stuff.
It's important. It's important not to look at this and just say write it off as crazy, like racist eugenics nonsense, because it is rooted in something that does make sense. It is coherent to some degree. Now you can say at the basis of it, the outcomes of it are evil and whatnot, but understand there is a reason for why this thing came about, and it's not just absolute racism or hatred of other people. And so I would just, if for the people watching, even though based off how this conversation went, it didn't seem that way. There are other people who do talk about this in more coherent manners who don't, get as heated or interrupt as often.
Yeah.
So
I just want to say, though, I did feel kind of alone in here as a white person until she was asked to name 3 good things about black people, and she said they're athletic.
Bro, that shit was cool.
And I did it on purpose. I'm gonna tell you something. You saw I did that shit on purpose.
They play jazz music and do the blues.
She did exactly what I thought she would. She never named them saying, well, they're good leaders.
No, stop, wait. Don't shit talk when she's out here. That's not fair. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have even said that. My bad. Tree, I'm sorry. I hate to cover you. I shouldn't even said that. I apologize. I shouldn't shit talk when she's out here.
In her defense.
Yeah, in her defense, go.
That shit's true. I mean, we are the best love makers. You know what I'm saying? We are. We out here dancing and shit. We got this.
That is true.
I do want to say she did.
How can you talk that way about the black
man? Let Jay go. Hold on. Jay's like barely spoken. Go ahead, real quick, Jay, before I gotta leave. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to say that she made the similar points as Nick Fuentes did on the Adam 22 podcast. So it was like literally verbatim.
She did, but it's going to come from a different place probably as a black. Even if there's like some kind of sort of similar overlaps, like it's probably coming from a different place than like where Fuentes is coming from.
The point I'm making is that there was she just couldn't find anything positive to say about black men that wasn't the usual talking point.
That is true, but so something that I understand more about her perspective.
You were trying to trap her, though.
No, stop. Nobody is trying to trap her here.
I wasn't trying to trap her. Shit, the thing, Jay,
the only thing that she said though that started to make me, especially yesterday, view things a lot differently from her perspective. One is somebody posted a video of her talking to that saint and sinner guy, which I haven't seen, but apparently that's a really brutal video. But there's a second thing where if I start to view like the Fresh and Fit people, and I noticed this is going to sound white, I guess, but when I was in the Fresh and Fit subreddit, it looks like a black community compared to like a lot of the white ones, just the way they type and talk and the slang and everything. If she's viewing communities like Fresh and Fit and some of these red pill adjacent or red pill communities as like by and for black men, I can understand a lot more where her anger comes from. Because at first I just viewed it as like advice to men, but if it's advice by and for black men, then I understand like that. Yeah, I understand that anger.
It's definitely racial.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I do want to say absolutely. If you insulate yourself in those communities and keep looking at them, you are going to like start to hate black men over time. I do want to say on a counterpoint, in my teenage years, I was on 4chan a lot. I even on Kiwi Farms to see what they were talking about. And if I let that really like get into my head, I would just hate all white people. So I want to say, like, if you put yourself in those communities, you are going to come out with those sort of radical opinions.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I love all of you. I got to go talk to this other guy because I already missed yesterday.
Wait, Destiny. Real quick. It's currently the league finals, T1 versus DRX. You're not going to...
Jesus. Okay.